This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
And we're back with episode 35 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. and with me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, the end of last week's episode, we saw the return of Brian Lawler and the debut of Eric Watts with David Flair making a new stable of sorts as they put Jeff Jarrett through a table. Out of the three feuds, those three, Raven and AJ Styles, tell me why a Jeff Jarrett feud against Lawler, Flair, and Watts is more interesting than anything else. Go ahead.
Well, it's got to be because all of their dads are wrestlers, right? Let's just get it out of the way. Right. So it's all the sons. They got to fight. They're all super talented, super exciting. And we know how excited that we are to see Eric Watts. I mean, I already think I'm starting to hate myself more and more because we have just been saying his name for the past 10 minutes trying to get this shit working. So Eric Watts, I'm super excited to see, especially if there's a potential world title match against Jeff Jarrett. Who wouldn't want to spend $9.95 on a Wednesday night to watch that?
Well, I'm telling you, I would pay $9.99, and I think that's how much these cost. Or it could be $9.95. I'm not really sure. But, knowing your ability with editing, you're probably going to end up uploading the episode that is about 5 minutes long and features your Skype going out for 3 of those minutes.
Well, let's hope not, because I've only had 2 issues with editing so far, which, I mean, if this is our 35th episode, technically, if you don't count the bonus and such, that's not a great track record still, because 2 issues is still pretty bad. And no one told me. Bob found one of them. And one of the other ones, I don't even remember what happened, but I had to split into some extra audio. So this is just what we're at, man. This is where we are. Eric Watts is here. We're excited. Bob's lounging on his couch.
Right.
But we're ready to go.
I'm awake for TNA, but I will fall asleep for IcoPod and not wake up in time to record.
I wasn't going to grill you that hard live on the air, but yes.
There you go. That's where my priorities are.
Well, let's put it this way. I would not say that joke to Austin. I know he's not listening, so because he will get very upset and he'll text us in the group chat, and it's gonna be drama city.
This is what I think. I think secretly Austin does listen.
Well, if he does, what did you do to me that one time where you pretended I listened to IcoPod and I didn't? You bet money or something.
I bet Austin $100, and I think I said something on episode 4, and I was like, "How much you want to bet if I were to trash talk Dallas right now that he'll never know about it?" And then Austin was like, "He might," and I was like, "I bet you $100 that we never hear a goddamn word about it." And sure enough, nothing.
Sure enough, you didn't until you brought me on the show, and here I am.
Yeah, I twisted your arm over it, and then you were like, "Well, Bob, I really want to do a TNA one," and now, fuck, here I am doing a March 5th, 2003 live watch of it.
Well, there's nothing better than some classic.
There is so much more things
NWA,
I could do.
TNA.
There's a lot of better things I could do. For instance, I could be sitting on my couch, which I am doing right now, and I could watch. Oh, that guy's picking his ass. I could watch Pluto TV's Cops channel all day long. Why is he fingering his ass? Okay, I don't know. I'm not doing a live watch of Cops. Dude, this guy has his Okay, he had dope in it. Okay.
Okay,
I
so
didn't know what was going on for a
Hold on.
second. I was just talking about it.
we're less than 5 minutes in, and we're talking about fingering assholes. I did not
Yeah.
expect this on the show today.
I wasn't expecting on Cobbs to just look up as I'm jokingly talking about watching this for 24 hours straight, which I might actually do that after this episode. And now he's crying. He was handcuffed and he was like knuckle deep in his asshole looking for his dope. Now he's in the back of a car crying. Can we do a Cops live watch? What are we doing? Why are we doing TNA? This is stupid.
That might be a pretty good side project. Live watching all the seasons of the Cops. Probably get some good shit out of that.
And our bonus episodes could be live PD.
Oh God.
The offshoot of it, That's funny stuff. All right, but to go back to our real focus here of the lovely TNA. Last week on February 26th, there wasn't really a whole lot going on until really the end. We had a Raven was in action against Julio De Niro, which was completely random. The Hot Shots were like, oh, hey, we're part of S.E.X now. And then they lost to America's Most Wanted again. Swinger and Diamond kind of returned, I guess. At least Swinger did. And they lost to the New Church. Jason Cross, who has like a fractured knuckle and was supposed to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, said, nah, man, I'll be out for about 3. And he had a kind of a boring, disappointing match with Kid Kash. Juventud Guerrera made a shocking debut as well. Really, I don't know why I started off with Eric Watts, not Juventud, but what do I know? He lost to Jerry Lynn. Probably my favorite match last week was AJ Styles and Sandman, which was a no disqualification match. I don't know if that was advertised as such. I think it was, with AJ winning that. And then your main event saw Vader and Dusty Rhodes defeating the Harris Brothers by disqualification.
Yeah, so needless to say, last week's show was very odd, I thought. And at the end of the show, we both said how much we didn't like it.
Yeah.
And if you just think about that card on paper, there isn't a whole lot to like. There's a couple cool little surprises like Juventud and not Eric Watts. I'll give you Brian Lawler. Cool. He came back fine. We haven't seen him in like a couple months. So cool. But I mean, realistically, I always say it, I feel like, but like, where did we get last year or last week? Yeah, last year. Like, we didn't advance really anything. The match just kind of happened, and kind of here we are. I guess like the Jerry Lynn and Konnan kind of thing, because he defeated he beat the SATs first. Mm-hmm. Then Konnan brought in Juventud. He beat them or him, and now. So I guess what's next for that? I think that's kind of interesting to kind of see what's going to happen. And last week you did mention that you had the prediction that Jerry Lynn is going to pretty much go through all of the luchadors that Konnan brings in, which I think was pretty interesting. And I believe last week was the show that we were supposed to be getting a tag team title match with America's Most Wanted and Triple X. And I do have some notes on that, so we don't have to dive deep into that just yet. But yeah, we didn't really get anywhere. Nonetheless.
No, but I have a question too now for about Lawler, Flair, and Watts. So all 3 of them are obviously sons of legendary wrestlers. Of those 3, who had the worst career by comparison of their father?
I feel like I don't know enough about like Eric Watts' overall story to be able to say him, but like my gut is saying Eric Watts. I wouldn't say. So,
okay.
I wouldn't.
So you're saying
I'm not going to say Lawler. I don't think that's accurate because I feel like he's a fairly well-known name from being in like WWF.
Okay. I don't even really know much about Bill Watts' career, really.
Well, so that's kind of what I mean with that in that case. But if you compare Ric Flair to David Flair, I know there's a pretty big difference there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm really going with is probably David Flair, because it looks like for Bill Watts, most of his success was really with Mid-South, which is what he ran Mid-South. He was the booker and owner of that. So you guess you kind of null and void that. Meanwhile, David Flair's father, Ric Flair, had, what, 13, right? Or however many world championships?
I mean 13, 16.
16. There you go. I don't
Holy
know.
shit. This dude grills me about stupid shit, and he doesn't know how many titles Ric Flair had.
I am not a Ric Flair fan. Okay?
Everyone knows he's 16-time champion.
I stopped caring about Ric Flair in 1999. So any world championship reigns after that, I don't give a fuck. So for me, it's 13. After his title win at Uncensored 1999, I don't give a fuck.
Wow. Okay. Let's just for fun.
What's your favorite Nikita Koloff match, you son of a bitch?
When he teamed up with Dusty as the Superpowers. So, what I was going to mention quick is David Flair, we know kind of what his story is, right? We've seen him in WCW and apparently now in TNA. And he doesn't do a whole lot of anything. The best thing he did though was date Stacy Keibler, and that's fine. That's a really good thing to do. And now if you look at Ric Flair's other child, Charlotte, who is pretty good women's wrestler. One kid got some decent genes, at least as far as wrestling blood goes, and the other one did not.
Well, you know what's kind of sad is I think that amongst the people in the wrestling world, that Reed Flair, who unfortunately had I think it was a drug overdose, is how he died. He was kind of seen as having the most potential out of the group, and that's why Charlotte ended up wrestling.
Yeah, I think I have heard that before.
Because of Reed passing away. So the likelihood is that Reed would have been really the most accomplished of the three.
Yeah.
So David Flair is really at the bottom of the totem pole. Like it skipped him. And went to his, I think, right? Is Charlotte older or younger than David? She's got to be younger, right?
I think. Well, okay, no, she's younger for sure. Because when he appeared on Nitro, the whole family was on Nitro at one point, and she was very young.
Oh yeah, she was like a freaking teenager. I remember because didn't like Vince Russo go to their house and she was there or something? And she just and she's only 34. I mean, David Flair is like 34 in like 2002. Well, okay, he's 41, so he's not that old, but
yeah. So I think David's the oldest, if I'm thinking correctly.
I think so. Reed is definitely the youngest of the bunch.
So nonetheless,
I don't know how many kids Ric Flair has. To be honest with you.
Well, then there's what's her name, Megan, Conrad's wife.
Oh right. Yeah.
I don't know where she is in the bracket, but she doesn't wrestle at all. So I guess in that regard, David Flair is at least above one of the kids.
Yeah. So your favorite wrestler is like what, Shawn Michaels?
I mean, I guess if we're talking like all time, if you had to make me pick one, I'm probably going to pick Shawn Michaels, but it ranges.
If Shawn Michaels had a daughter, how creepy would it be for you to marry her knowing that her father is your favorite wrestler?
I don't know how I could like mentally handle that.
Like if Randy Savage had a daughter and I married her and I was like, yeah, Randy Savage is my father-in-law.
Well, how do you like just get over the fact that that's my favorite wrestler and now he's my father-in-law and like we hang out? Like what?
Yeah, no, I don't know how that makes sense.
I mean, hey, that's pretty sweet. I don't know how he got into that deal. I'd love to hear a story sometime, but I mean, I don't know how I could like mentally handle it.
Well, I think he's talked about it, like how she was married before, I think, and then Ric Flair introduced Conrad to her at a bar, but it didn't work out because of obviously the marriage, and then they bumped into each other again or something, and then it's like, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
We're married now.
Yeah, but how do you Ric Flair introduced me to his daughter. Like what? Like what?
And he has like his robes. Like what? If I were to have Randy Savage's fucking ring gear in my closet and then, oh, hey, Dad, what's going on?
No, it's
it's
pretty cool, but I don't know how.
It is cool, but it's like that's like mind blowing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty solid situation in that regard, nonetheless.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of weird, we have a new episode this week, obviously, March 5th. I don't really know. Oh, we have a Clockwork Orange House of Fun.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yes, that was announced.
Which was announced.
Because we were talking at the end of last show that was like, okay, that might pull us back in. This match sucked, or that show sucked last week, but that might pull us back in. So, and I think that's the only thing officially announced.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, and I do
because I think Don West was also like, and also Kid Kash and American Most Wanted and blah, 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 Jorge Estrada, all these other people will be on the show.
Yeah, so he did his normal. We'll just say names because we don't really know who's going to be on it.
Yeah.
Which is super fun. Well,
so leading into the show, what is going on backstage? Give me all the dirt. I need it right now.
Yeah, well, since we just talked about David Flair for a bit, I won't make you guess here on last week's poll. We'll just kind of go through it and then kind of get into the newer stuff. So last week, the readers of The Observer actually gave it a thumbs up, 58.5%. So the majority of the readers liked last week's show. I'd love to know what they liked, but nonetheless, 32.1% gave it a thumbs down, and 9.4% gave it a thumbs in the middle. The best match was voted on, and I bet you if you look at the card, you could figure it out. And that was, well, Bob would have said AJ versus Sandman, so excuse me,
yes,
but
I would have.
They voted Juventud versus Jerry Lynn.
I don't think Juvi and Jerry Lynn holds up.
I agree. When we watched it last week, it was kind of like there was a weird flow to it for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the only one voted best match. And then worst match was voted Vader and Dusty versus the Harris Brothers. And in second place, it was Raven and Julio De Niro.
Yeah, I probably would have said Raven and De Niro just because it was dead.
Yeah, it was another one where it just didn't mesh well. Which I guess was kind of, in the way, a point of that match. Because, remember, it was like, you can't fight X Division guys, and you can't fight my guys. And so then Russo was like, okay, well, then you're going to fight an X Division guy. So maybe he was right. I don't know.
Right.
So Dave goes on here right after this, and he says, there's not a ton of news out of last week's show, which, as we just mentioned, I think at least on this fucking take, not a lot happened. None of the stories really kind of move forward, but it does appear that they are going in a factions type of direction, a la WWF from 1997. So we have the disgruntled Sons of Wrestling Legends, which we've talked a lot about already. As Dave says, Brian Lawler.
That should be their name. Players. Is that their name? Disgruntled.
That's what Dave's calling them.
Sons of Wrestlers.
But dude, I think it's so funny. But he says the gimmicks, we're going to talk about how horrible their fathers were. He says...
Oh, that's good.
I know. I got to laugh at
You were never around, Dad.
All of our dads run around. Okay.
No. Oh, my God. I know what they need to happen here. So they need Dustin Rhodes to end up like being the leader. And he can be like, I hate you, Dusty. And then that can be a blow off.
That'll be perfect.
What are we waiting for?
I know.
That'd be great.
Now we also have, he says there is the Ecw Crew, which he lists as Sandman, Simon Diamond, and Johnny Swinger. And that the positive about this is it's easy to get fans to chant ECW if they think there's a group, even if they don't have a good match.
Well, why wouldn't he incorporate Jerry Lynn in that?
I don't know.
And Raven. But I guess that's just kind of going off of, wasn't there like a backstage segment where he was drinking a beer? Sandman was, and then Swinger and Diamond were there, and he spit the beer.
Yes.
I thought he spat it in Diamond's face. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there was a backstage segment. That's correct.
Yeah, so that's probably what he's going with.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. He said, although once WWE buys the name, they'll get in trouble if they call them anything close to that. But, I mean, we should know that already. We have Russo's S.E.X, which he lists as the baby, or yes, and then also the baby faces. He kind of has it listed weird. And Konnan's crew of Mexican wrestlers, whoever he can find, who appear to be a talented jobber crew, just like WCW. That's what he says.
Okay, so Meltzer's saying that whoever he brings in is just there to lose.
Yes, which is pretty much what you were guessing.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that you don't do that is if you have them agree to several dates. You know what I mean? Like, why would you have Hoovy beat Jerry Lynn for a 1 week appearance? That wouldn't really accomplish anything.
No, I agree with that. Apparently, though, they were trying to get Psychosis in for a match with Jerry Lynn, but he's got some problems with his paperwork. So I don't think we should expect to see Psychosis unless he gets that figured out. It's kind of disappointing. Because we've seen him before.
I was gonna say we saw him in 2002 with no problem.
Yeah, a couple shows.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in that regard. Apparently,
I think he's been working for XPW too around the time, so I don't know. I wonder what could be going on with that.
Yeah, that's a good point then too.
Maybe he just doesn't want to go. Hey, guys, my visa's fucked up. Sorry.
Honestly though, dude, if it was me and I didn't want to go, I would say that. I'd be like, sorry, I can't come.
Right, and then they'd be like, "Well, you were just at the ECW arena last Saturday, so what are you talking about?" I'd be like, that's crazy. That wasn't me. That was some other guy in a mask.
Yeah, or like, oh, I got messed up on Monday. Sorry. Yeah. I could barely get home.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jimmy Yang looks to be done, as he was scheduled to face Raven on the February 26th show. So it was not supposed to be Julio De Niro. So listen to this. So just before showtime, he refused to sign a one-night contract, believed to be because of a no-compete provision in the contract, and he was told by management to go home. Yang had a previous contract with the company that had just expired. Julio De Niro, who happened to be there, just fucking happened to be there, and who nobody in the building knew, was put in the match with Raven. He said it wasn't much. He said it wasn't so much a bad match as the crowd was dead for it. Which
right, that was the issue. What? So they wanted Jimmy Yang to sign a one-night contract, and then there was a no-compete clause in it,
which doesn't make any sense.
So what does that mean? It was like, oh, okay, you work for this one night, and then you can't work anywhere else for 90 days or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no other additional details, but like, yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah,
and
that
I
makes
feel
no
like
sense.
That was some bullshit they were probably trying because Gowan or Tenacious Z signed like essentially. I feel like he signed probably while he was like in the locker room or like after the show. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that's what they were trying to avoid. But like, it literally, that doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, what are you gonna have? He wrestles one show. What's his no compete provision? So he can't wrestle for a week. Like, if you have a contract in WWE for 2 years, 90 days actually sort of makes, I guess, in the regard of the length of time, it makes sense if you're gonna do it. I don't agree with it, but
well, I wonder if they're trying to, prevent these guys from appearing on WWE television, because you'll remember, like, Cassidy O'Reilly back in 2002 had an appearance on Heat where, ironically, he lost to Raven. And then Tony Mamaluke, when he was kind of a regular in TNA, he had a match on Velocity in 2002 as well. So I wonder if they're trying to be like, hey, if you work on Wednesday, we don't want you to appear, like, on Saturday, losing to whoever on Velocity or Heat or something, because it could diminish them. But again, I don't think a lot of people who watch Sunday Night Heat or Velocity are turning around and watching TNA. I don't think there's really a correlation. Now, I was someone that was back then, because I was a nerd. I would watch Velocity at 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday, and then watch Sunday Night Heat at 7 on MTV, and then try to pay attention to TNA. But I don't know if there's really that drastic crossover where you're thinking, oh, I just saw Tony Mamaluke on TNA, and now he lost to Ron Simmons on Velocity. He's a jobber. Like, I don't know if
I'd be pretty surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty interesting nonetheless. So that would be why we got Julio De Niro against Raven, which was
okay. It kind of sucks that Jimmy Yang's gone too. Not going to work there anymore, because one of his last matches was with Amazing Red, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was really good.
It was a good match.
Yeah, so I am disappointed to hear that. Instead, he's on his way to becoming a cowboy in just a short amount of time. I think, right? A few years.
Well, because he ends up going to WWE in 2003. He's a Kyo. It's a Kyo, Sakota, and Tajiri. They're like ninjas or something. And then he becomes a cowboy in like what 06, 05, 06?
It's something around that time, yeah.
Jimmy Wang Yang. So
yeah,
he's got a little bit though.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll pop back up a show here and there. Who knows what's going to happen, especially in 2003. Now, as we've mentioned already, Vader and Dusty Rhodes, of course, teamed up, and they went over Ron and Don Harris because of a disqualification finish. No, Dave has some interesting notes here. He also just kind of talks trash about Dusty Rhodes, who he mentions is 57 at the time. Says he's physically broken down and moves slow, and they've been hiding. It's been easier to hide this in previous matches since he would generally just tag in and do the finish. But he's still the most over wrestler in the building, except for maybe Jeff Jarrett, he says. But they build the whole show around Jarrett, and he's the hometown boy, so it makes sense. He says it made no sense to put two legends together and not give them a pinfall, but the twins are Jeff's friends, and the feeling was that since they lost to Chris Harris and James Storm the previous week, they didn't want them losing via pinfall for 2 straight weeks. So to make up for the DQ, they had Dusty whip Desire with the belt after Sonny Siaki ran into his elbow. I guess if that really makes it up, then fine. Also, we know that Nikita Koloff made an appearance as well at that very, very brief. I mean, it was so quick I forgot about it until I just read this again. And he took an elbow from Dusty, so he took his first bump in something like 12 years. And they did know the trivia that Koloff's last pro match was against Vader, where he suffered a hernia in the match and collected on his Lloyds of London total disability policy. And he legally changed his name to Nikita Koloff and has worked in the religion business ever since.
Yeah, I think his last match was around Halloween Havoc 92. Unless there's one on syndication after that, like November or something. But yeah, so it'd be about 11 years.
Yeah,
just under. So he's trying to say that Dusty Rhodes is the most over person,
besides potentially Jarrett. Yeah.
See, I don't think Jeff Jarrett's that over.
I don't think Jeff Jarrett is, but Dusty definitely gets that big. He gets a big pop every time he comes out.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna die down.
Oh, I think so too.
So it's a novelty.
Well, yeah, it's exciting at first, and then he wrestles a couple not great matches, and then you're gonna realize, wait, hold on a second.
Well, right. That's why he shouldn't be wrestling a lot. So he has the one match here. I would wait like 6 more. I would wait 6 months and then have him wrestle again. That way, it's like, oh, new again.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. He also does mention here too that Guerrero or Juventud, from an in-ring standpoint, blew away everyone on the show, and he does give his match with Jerry Lynn 3 3/4 stars.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that's not. It was. I mean, I love Jerry Lynn. Obviously, we love Jerry Lynn.
Absolutely.
In 2021 standards, no way. That's not almost 4 stars.
No, I don't think so either.
But it's a different business back then.
Yeah, of course. So, of course, I sort of briefly mentioned it just moments ago when we were going over the card, but there was a scheduled tag team match between X versus James Storm and Chris Harris. And that didn't take place because they didn't have 2 members of the team available. Christopher Daniels was in Louisville at the OVW camp, and Loki was in Japan for 0-1. So Elix Skipper was there and worked a dark match. And in the building, they just announced that X wasn't there and they had 30 days to defend the belts.
Was it noted before that Daniels was at OVW?
I don't recall reading a note previously, but I could be wrong. I could be just forgetting that.
It's really interesting that he was at an OVW camp.
Mm-hmm.
2003 while working like TNA and Japan and Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't get signed.
He's keeping busy, man.
But that's unreal to me.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Who's in that camp that he doesn't get signed?
At the time, who knows? It's probably a guy who just is bigger, and they're like, "Meh, take the muscle guy."
I'm trying to think, like around 2003, who could have been in there? That's nuts, though.
That'd be fun to kind of deep dive in on that.
Yeah, I mean, Daniels is familiar with WWE. He's done a lot of, metal and jacked matches. He was at one point rumored to be the higher power. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, I have heard that, and I think that's just one of the most bizarre things I've
ever.
Could
you imagine, like, in history, if Christopher Daniels revealed to be the higher power in 1999 or whatever? Yeah, it was 99.
Well, I can't imagine it. Like, what is that? Like,
He was also the hooded guy in WCW for Vampiro.
I think I've heard that. Yeah,
which is like a random. Like that's kind of a spinoff of the higher power thing. So,
very interesting nonetheless.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently the Triple X has got 30 days to defend the belts. They just told the live crowd and didn't mention it at all on the pay-per-view. Even though they're not defending the belts, they have to try to win them back. But that's neither here nor there. We'll just pretend that they're still champions, or if they are, I have no idea. It's very confusing, but that's kind of part of the fun, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they have 30 days. I like how they kind of put that into the angle. They do technically have 30 days to do it. So that should buy them some time.
Well, I wish they would have just said it on the pay-per-view then. They said it to the live crowd, just like in the building.
They didn't mention it at all?
No, we watched the show. I don't remember hearing it. Maybe they did. If anyone's watching and listening to the commentary, let me know. But yeah, it's just said here that in the building they just said it. So maybe they did. I don't know. They could have said it on commentary. We miss things sometimes.
Well, you know what, and it doesn't bother me either because it allows them to kind of extend things and drag it out a little bit instead of like every week something new, or it's so quick. So you can take a couple weeks and then have the match.
Which I think is fine, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of people being in Japan and in other places here, the company is clearly getting upset about all the undercard guys who have Japan deals because it makes it difficult to book storylines around their commitments. Paul London, for example, just let them know during the past week that he was leaving for 3 weeks. What is different now as compared to the old days of Japanese wrestling, where all the top stars went, is that the companies don't plan things out in advance. He says the American disease of doing everything at the last minute has changed the way they do business. A decision either has to be made or is close to being made that they are going to force everyone to make a choice. If they do, there would be a good chance of losing Loki, who already chose Japan last time they wanted him to make a choice. So
yeah, I think a lot of people would pick Japan because as we've noted, a lot of guys are making $300 to $500, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm sure they're making more money off Japan, and then with all the indies that are going at this point, I'm sure you can make up your difference, picking up dates with Ring of Honor or PWG, which I think is about to start in 2003 around this time, and then countless others. So IWA Mid-South, it might be only $50, but it's better than nothing.
No, yeah, I agree with that. So apparently, the scheduled plan for the March 5th show that we are about to watch was to have Kid Kash versus Amazing Red. And they wanted to announce it, and it may still happen, but they tried for a few days to get a hold of Red to confirm it, and he never returned their phone calls. So prior to showtime, we don't know if it's happening.
What? So they were trying to call him, and he's just like, "Nah, I'll ignore it."
Yeah. Well, at the time, he probably had to see if his babysitter would let him answer the phone or not.
Oh my
God. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's fucked up.
I'm kidding. I like Red. It was a joke.
His babysitter.
Also, they're trying to get Scott Hall to return because, of course, we know he never came back after Sean Waltman quit. That's it. That's all the news on that. They're just trying, apparently.
What would you do with Scott Hall? Would you, if he were to come back, would you put him in S.E.X, or would he be part of tradition?
I don't know. I think that he'd be. I'd like to see him as like a bad guy in S.E.X, but like I almost think you'd kind of need him on the tradition side. Even though, really, I mean, he kind of plays. I feel like he plays that I don't want to say outlaw, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at, kind of character.
Yeah, well, he kind of plays like a sleazy guy.
Well, that's why he fits. But like,
Yeah.
I can't see him working with Vince Russo with all the people who are in it. Like, I can't picture it in my head, so that's why I'm like, I kind of have to lean toward putting him for the NWA.
Yeah, besides, I think on the babyface side, you're kind of losing it a little bit. Because on the babyface side, it's what? You have Jarrett, Sandman, and Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot going
Vader.
on. Yeah, which that's a whole different story. But
and Dusty. Such a bizarre group of guys. And Ron Killings too, I guess. But
yeah. So apparently we got 2 more people who are looking to come in during May. And that is Donovan Morgan and Mike Modest.
Oh, okay.
So those people are potentially coming in the next few months here.
And that means that Dallas has no idea who either one of those guys are.
Bob, I'd like to let you know right now. I did some research because...
Tell me who Donovan Morgan is right now.
Well, I couldn't find a whole lot on him, but yeah. I do know he wrestled in Pro Wrestling Noah, in Ring of Honor.
Great.
So
and then you're going to tell me Mike Modest was in Beyond the Mat, right?
Well, he was. That's where he is most notable from. And he was in Ready to Rumble. Did you know that?
I did know that.
He also was under a mask as Private Pain on the Exposed Pro Wrestling's Greatest Secrets show that was on TV.
I did know that too. Did you know that he was in WCW?
I feel like I did. So the thing is, when I read this, I know his name, and I was like, shit, how do I know this guy? And then when I looked him up, I go, okay, I don't know him how I thought I knew him, I think. But he also did wrestle in Pro Wrestling Noah as well, and he was a former GHC junior heavyweight champion. So he seems like he's got more of a name to him than Donovan Morgan.
I would say so. I believe Morgan had won the ECWA Super 8 either in 2002 or he's going to win in 2003. I can't remember at what point. But Modest definitely had more steam on him. I think he was really a Aftermath guy. You know, that group of people on the indies that those magazines would, promote a lot of.
Yep.
It's weird. Like in the early 2000 or like 1999, 2000, 2001, maybe even a little earlier, like 97. Modest was a big indie guy with like Reckless Youth and stuff like that. Well, so he kind of missed the upswing on indies at this time.
Okay. Well, apparently they were also tag team partners in Pro Wrestling Iron. So
yeah.
Until 2005, apparently, and then it closed. So they apparently, I'm curious if they're going to come in as a tag team or if they're coming in the singles guys. I don't know. I guess either way, there's potential that either one of those could happen. So we will see what happens in coming months with that.
Yeah, I remember in the Beyond the Mat movie, Modest did some like ridiculous spot. I can't remember what it was. And then one of the wrestlers was like, can't wait to steal that. And then Modest's like trainer guy was like, oh shit.
You know what? I think I do remember that. I just watched Beyond the Mat fairly recently. I'm talking like end of last year at some point. Yeah. And I think I know which part you're talking about. I can't think of what the spot was either though, but
it's like he's got him like over his shoulder on his back and he like drives down.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's one of those moves.
That's
the guy. I can't remember who said, I can't wait to steal that move. And I can't remember his trainer's name. He's like a scumbag though.
Well, yeah, wasn't he? So this is the one where they were like essentially like in a big garage, weren't they? Like the indie show? Yeah. Okay. I remember. Yeah. I remember exactly then.
Yeah, the guy was a scammer. He's like, okay, well, it's $3,000, to train or whatever, and you can do all this stuff.
And he was just this like enormous guy who pretended he like just yelled at him what to do and like he was a carny essentially.
Right, and then if they would get a deal, he would take a good percentage of their money. It was just a whole bullshit thing.
Yeah, good thing they got that all on videotape just to make him look like a real piece of shit, and then put it out in a movie.
Yeah, and it would live forever. No big deal.
Yeah, well, Beyond the Mat still holds up. So if you haven't watched it in a few years, I'd recommend watching it again because before last year when I watched it, I don't know how many years it was since I saw it, before that, and damn, it was so good still. I had a really good time watching it.
Yeah, it's really good.
So last week we know Mike Sanders and Glenn Gilberti had like that sit down with Mike Tenay, or as Dave calls it, another one of those debate deals in a handicap match. So apparently on the rides home, which ends up being, of course, we've mentioned this before, Sanders, Gilberti, Raven, and Vince Russo, Glenn decided that he asked for the chance to do this with Mike Tenay. I think essentially what they were trying to do was because Russo and Tenay had a pretty heated one where Russo and him kind of just went at it to each other, and it was pretty much a shoot. And I think that's what Glenn is kind of wanting here. So, of course, he mentions all sorts of stuff, but he does mention, or Glenn mentions, that nobody wants to see a wrestling show, and that's why the business is dead. Which I'd just bring up that point again right now because I think that's hilarious. Because who wants to not watch a wrestling show if you're watching wrestling? And also, if you look at it, how today's standards are nowadays, it's mostly like you want to see the action in the ring, and like, yeah, of course the story matters, but you don't want to see people just coming out and cutting promos and doing stupid shit all the time. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think anytime I've ever watched a wrestling show, I've never been like, oh, I can't wait to, watch segments or something. I've always, you want to see good wrestling matches. That's the point of a wrestling show. Yeah.
And Sanders and Gilberti during that did credit Russo with TNA's ratings being up, which Dave loves to remind us here, and this is why I'm saying it, because I just think it's hilarious, which nobody even knows because they haven't even gotten accurate reports from June of last year, although there is evidence that it is up from when it bottomed out, but nowhere near it was at the start. So once again, we still don't actually know. So the fact that you're saying that the TNA's ratings are up is absolutely hilarious.
Well, and it's not even ratings; it's like legitimate buy rates.
Yes, exactly. Tenay said that the conflict has helped, but it was the conflict and not Russo's changes on the show. And so this whole thing ended up going nowhere, as we know. We watched it and we were checked out very quickly.
Right.
Apparently, though, the version that aired was the fifth take, and this time they kept doing it over because Tenay carved them up too badly on the first take, and they closed the gap until it was fairly even by take 5. So apparently Tenay was like digging into him too hard and making him look really bad, so they had to keep redoing it, which I think is awesome.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, I mean, Tenay has usually like his facts. Like he knows he has his core arguments for like the whole ratings and all that other stuff. So I'm not surprised that Gilberti and Sanders may not have been properly prepared.
Oh yeah, for sure. And apparently on the car ride home, Sanders was bragging to Russo, Raven, and Gilberti that he totally smoked Tenay and put him in his place.
Yeah. Okay.
So
on the fifth try, you made it kind of even.
Sort of, a little bit.
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently Russo was under the impression that J.J. Dillon is done already.
Wow.
That's all it says there for that. I don't got any additional details just yet.
Are they going to call up Bob Armstrong and be like, hey, man, you want that $50? All right, we'll bring you back.
Well, it's funny you bring up that $50.
Oh,
so,
shit.
BG James took a pay cut from $2,000 per show to $1,000 because the company wasn't doing well. So that probably played a part in him walking out shortly after they turned down his father's request for a $50 a week raise.
BG James was making $2,000
at some point, but then he got it cut.
BG James was making $1,000.
I know. That's pretty bad.
Shot. Oh my God! Talk about a waste of money. That is a slap in the face, though. You take $1,000 pay cut, and then your father's like, "Can I get a $50 raise?"
And they're like, "No,
no,
nope, that's it." Yeah, pretty interesting, right?
Yeah. What great value they have for Bob Armstrong.
I guess, man. I don't know. Now, we also know last week we saw that Vince Russo's son, Will, did a taped promo similar to the David Flair deal of saying his father was never there. But Dave says, except that Will delivered a good promo. So pretty much saying David Flair did not, and Vince Russo's son did. So it wasn't bad. I thought it was entertaining. It went on a little long, but it was still pretty good.
Well, you know what's funny is so Will Russo cuts a promo, his first one ever, probably. I don't remember him ever appearing anywhere else. But then David Flair has really been cutting the same promo for like 3 years. And Will Russo did it better his first try compared to a guy who's cut, the whole my father wasn't there for me for 3 years straight. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So we have an estimate or an estimated look at how the company is doing. So there's a lot of numbers here, so I'll try not to stumble over my words too much here. But the weekly expenses have been cut down to $80,000 per week on the shows. If they are doing 7,000 to 10,000 buys, being nice, they are taking in $40,000 a week. So he says, plus, let's be nice and add another $16,000 per month coming from Australia, and a few at the live gate, essentially. So weekly losses are probably in the range from $30,000 to $45,000 per week. The key thing that is contractually with In Demand, if they don't continue through June and fulfill their 1-year deal, they will be docked 13 weeks of payment, which is probably in the $500,000 range. Now they will likely lose more than that if they were to shut down today and things don't change. But once they get to the March 12th show, it becomes in their financial best interest to at least continue through June because they'd be losing more by shutting down.
So even with Panda Energy being there, there's still a risk of them shutting down?
So that is very interesting to think about, because I don't understand how that makes a lot of sense, and I don't know if that's necessarily being played into this. Because how could they be losing this much money if Panda is essentially pumping money into this product now?
Well, you can lose money even with like that level of investor, because if Panda's pumping money
they're not getting it back with the buys. Yeah,
right. You're just funneling money and continually losing it. Because if you go into the show, let's say this week they were to lose 40 grand, and then Panda is like, well, all right, we'll just put 40 grand into it. They still lost 40 grand. They're just evening the books with their own money.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about it like that for some reason, but yeah. So unless they get some more buys up, which if we know how their radio advertisements were going, where they didn't change it for like a month, then we know that they're not promoting this product very well. And we haven't heard any new information about any promotions, so who knows?
I can't wait for the era of when TNA starts to kind of be the booking agent for their talents for the indies, and then they try to take a cut of the money.
I'm sure we'll get lots of news on
that. That's some good stuff, because I remember with like 2CW, they were going to try to get Kurt Angle for a show, but then I think like TNA, because they wanted to get a good cut of the money, like up the price to a point where it's like, why the hell would we do that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
crazy. So we know that AJ Styles and Raven are doing this gimmick where they are both in the Russo camp, but at odds with each other over who's the number one man within the group, but also always help each other win their matches. So this is kind of weird. So with Styles joining Russo, it seems to eliminate Larry Zbyszko's role. And his name was never mentioned on last week's show, which didn't even register with me, but it wasn't mentioned. And also disappearing and never mentioned was J.J. Dillon, who was just 2 weeks ago and given a huge intro as head of the NWA. Percy Pringle also hasn't been back in weeks and never mentioned as well.
Well, the Zbyszko thing was stupid to begin with.
I agree.
The whole angle was just convoluted and dumb. J.J. Dillon, which this is funny because I had looked him up after that episode that he debuted on, and I looked at the date of his retirement, and it was that date of the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of funny, because you look back at Tony Schiavone, right? He left the business for 18 years after one appearance, and then J.J. Dillon's like, I'm retiring.
He's like,
shows you the climate of TNA, that people are just like, nah, I don't want to come back.
Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. Percy Pringle, I mean, he hasn't done anything other than like Blade that one time, like disgustingly, and he's done like a couple of promos where he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. And it's like, what? Okay. That's cool. I think Russo is just booking things with not knowing what to do with it at all.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what's going on.
So I think one of these days we're gonna see Sunny. She'll come out and then he'll just be like, well, I don't know what to do with you, so we'll just forget that happened.
So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw her. I don't know if she shows up, but that literally could happen. Like Sunny would come out, she'll be here for a week, and then she'll be gone.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff.
She might not be reliable though in 2003.
Well, you know,
I think 2003 is like the worst that she looked.
I guess I'd have to go back and do a Google in that regard.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty rough.
I just got two more things here, and one of them is the last one, and it's pretty good. So,
okay.
So first off, Sean Davari, who we know who Davari is. He worked a dark match last week on the February 26th show, and he just mentions here, if you didn't know, he's the nephew of former wrestler General Adnan. I probably said Adnan. I was going to ask you to pronounce it for me first, but I just went for it. So if you didn't know that, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
That's in case everybody listening. That's the weekly Dallas messes up pronouncing a guy's name segment.
Yeah, you might as well, if you're listening, you might as well keep track because I think it does happen every week, if not every other, for sure.
Yeah.
But and I
didn't know he was related to him though. That's funny.
Yeah, isn't it interesting?
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
I thought so. And my last piece of news, and this might, if you've been listening to our podcast for a while, this might sound familiar to you. So Curt Hennig's last major rib was a few weeks before his death on the night he wrestled David Flair in that infamous pole match. He padlocked all of Goldilocks' bags together so she couldn't open them. What made it even funnier to everyone is that the first person she went to for help as her best friend, or he says, well, maybe second best friend in the company was, you guessed it, Curt Hennig.
Well, that just makes it that much better.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who did it. She goes to the culprit to help her. That's good. You should mention that on Twitter and see what she recalls of that.
Yeah, well, if you recall, I know this was a while ago too. We did talk about that briefly on our podcast with her, our bonus episode, because I think we asked her some a Curt Hennig story or something like that, and she did. She told the story of him chaining her bags together.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I interview a lot of wrestlers. So I tend to forget.
Yeah, and that's okay. But hey, that's all I have, Bob, for my news. So I think between the news and us, Blabber and I, we just talked quite a bit there. But what do you have for independent news before we briefly discuss Explosion and get into the show?
Have you really been going on for an hour already?
We've been going about 52 minutes.
Holy fuck. Okay, well, good thing there's not a whole lot of TNA independent news here. Jerry Lynn, he defeated Juventud on the February 28th XPW show, and then the next day he defeated Super Crazy on March 1st, also for XPW. And then Raven, there's only really two. The other two I'll mention during the show, but Raven had just to prove that this guy doesn't have an ego. And I don't know if you're going to know who this is, but he lost to Vic Grimes on February 28th for XPW. Now, Vic Grimes, if I'm remembering correctly, is the guy that New Jack tried to kill when they did a stage dive because Grimes landed on his head and gave him permanent brain damage.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so Raven lost to him for XPW, which just blows my mind. Then the next day, he defeated Vic Capri on March 1st for RCW. But that's all there is for indie notes.
Oh, nice and short this week. That means next week we'll probably be loaded up. I feel like that's the trend.
I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting for when all these big time indies really get going, and it's like Raven just appeared on 17 shows. It's like, how the hell did that happen? AJ Styles been all over the country.
Yeah, it'll happen
Soon enough, man. No doubt about that.
On the March 5th episode, right before the pay-per-view, we had 3 matches for Explosion. No other dark matches. So only these 3 matches were on what Cage Match lists as Explosion number 22. And this aired on March 8th, 2003. So first up, we had the Harris Brothers defeating Bad, like capital B-A-D, and Brad Hunter. This one I couldn't believe when I just saw this one listed. Elix Skipper defeats JC Ice.
Really? Was he with the PG-13 gimmick? Is that what they're saying?
It's just listed as JC Ice. I don't know. If I had to take a guess, he had to have been in the gimmick because, I mean, unless he has his own thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really funny, and I really didn't expect that. And then in the main event of Explosion, AJ Styles defeated David Young. Probably wasn't a bad little match there for Explosion.
That was probably decent. David Young seems to have gotten a little better.
And they've wrestled before. So I think that's a pretty decent Explosion match, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know they've wrestled before on the weekly pay-per-views, and they've had a rivalry in Wildside. So they have chemistry. There's no doubt about that.
For sure.
All right, well, that means we're ready to do this. This show is going to end up being about 3 hours long. So
that's okay.
God bless.
Hopefully you can make it through.
I got cops on TV, all right? I'll be fine.
Oh, I didn't mean you. I meant the listeners.
Well, I'm talking about myself too, okay? The listeners, they can probably listen to the show in like increments. 45 minutes, take a break, come back, continue on. I got to do it straight through. I don't have the luxury of taking a break. Unless I got to shit my brains out like I did
a couple weeks ago.
The Styles Jarrett main event. All right, well, I'm going to count down from 5, and we're going to watch the March 5th, 2003 weekly pay-per-view. Now, if you want to watch along, probably go through Fight TV and find it there. And then, or maybe it's in your personal collection. And maybe I'm going to start doing this every week. We need to start a campaign to get all of the explosions up on that stupid service. We know they recorded them. Someone's have them. Maybe Bill Barron's. Bill, if you have it, upload it.
Please, Bill, send it to us.
Do the right thing. That's like my holy grail right now is explosions from the Asylum years. That's my holy grail.
I'm down for that train.
Full shows. But all right, I'm going to cut down 5, and then when I say play, hit that play button. And we're going to watch the first ever Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. I can't wait. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
You almost got me there with the play. However,
well, my finger wasn't, the cursor wasn't on the play buttons.
Well, hey, we're not getting a recap. We're going right into the intro of the show, which is cool. And hold on, I want to see the audience. Here they are. Bob, we are at a 1,300 sellout again. Paper.
Wow, okay.
Of course. But it's paper. If I don't say paper one week, I probably just forgot to say it. You should just know. Shit's papered.
Yeah, I would always think that.
Standing room only, Mike Tenay says, and there's a sign that says IHOP sucks. And I gotta say, I ate there once and it was pretty good, but I've heard some pretty bad things.
I don't think I've ever had IHOP, but there's IHOP literally being built down the street.
Oh, dude, I know. And if I go, hey, Bob, you want to go to breakfast? And you're going to say, no, I'm sleeping. And I'll be like, okay.
Well, you're moving right down the street too, really, from it.
No, Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, in a way. Hey, here's Raven, who has a microphone. He's talking about Pete Townsend. No one respects the flame quite like the fool who is badly burned. He's got a sweet jacket on again.
I like his little necklace.
Yeah. So he's basically calling Sandman an idiot he's being essentially suicidal for fighting Raven in his own creation. And Bob, I'd like to point out the bottom of the screen. Last week it said www.NWA-TNA.com. Now it just says TNA.com.
Well, that doesn't really mean anything. They're still part of the NWA.
I know, but they changed the website on the bottom of the screen.
It could also just revert to NWA-TNA.
Bob, I know that. I'm pointing out the fact that the thing changed at the bottom of the screen. This is the stuff that we point out during these shows. Hey, they have a new song. Hey, the ring skirt's different. Okay, this week, the fucking website changed at the bottom of the screen. Now, I'm going to listen to Raven talk.
I hope that during the show that you can see it be like, oh shit, NWA-TNA.
It switches.
We forgot. Oh, he's got a little sign too, Raven's Nest. Oh, the lights went out for a second there.
Forgot to pay the bill. We're down on budget, so.
Yeah. He's talking about elevating people. I don't know what he's talking about. Destroy. Clockwork Orange. House of Fun. See, now, Raven's he's too smart for me. Like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about half the time.
We're hearing someone saying, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, it's a blank screen now. They must have had difficulty here with this week's show. Not even the TNA.com thingy. This is legitimately how it aired, by the way. So on the Impact app, they might have.
What?
TNA will be right back.
Holy shit! Okay, so if you're listening, and you're watching on, what the fuck?
Kevin Sullivan. What the fuck?
Wait a second. We just came back from on pay-per-view and Kevin Sullivan is at the ring.
Does he have... He has like stripes painted on his body?
Yeah. And violence painted across his chest.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just describing his history. That was pretty funny that like the feed cut out and they were like, we'll be right back. And then Kevin Sullivan, of all people, standing in the ring. Raven's going to take violence to a new level. That's what he's heard.
Oh, it's the most dangerous match ever invented, Kevin Sullivan says.
How would we know that? There hasn't been one before.
I don't know. We'll find out tonight.
Oh. And if you've heard of one, you've heard it from Raven.
Yeah. Well, he demanded. Okay. So he demanded at the company that he is the special observer, not the referee, because that means there'd have to be rules to enforce.
That's true. That's a good point. So he wanted to... Oh, now we had like a matrix there on the screen too.
Whoa, dude.
That's funny. I wonder if Meltzer will make mention of that in the Observer next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested. I'm curious how it airs on Impact Plus. So if you're watching along, let us know.
Yeah, I wonder if they would have it as their feed or the pay-per-view feed.
All right.
So he's Raven get beat up, right?
He has to. Raven essentially welcomes Kevin Sullivan to the asylum, says, are you going to be able to keep your sanity? So these two are kind of going back and forth with words, and something happened. Yep, Raven's down.
Who was it? Sandman?
They're saying it's Sandman, but... Yep, there he is. It is the Sandman.
He's got his TNA wrestling shirt on. And he's cracking a beer. And he's chugging it. Spitting it out. That's great.
Are we going right into this match right now? There's no way, right?
Oh, it's not even set up for it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good point, yeah. Harris Brothers...
You've seen one, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen this match. Like 90% sure I've seen this match.
Well, I mean, you've seen other ones, right?
Yeah,
because there's been more than one. I think this stipulation kind of turns into one where they use it a lot for a period of time.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so now we're at the table. Is this guy purposely matched Don West every week? Is it the same guy?
I don't know. But he's wearing like a San Diego Chargers jersey.
Oh, wait, he just apologized for a power outage, so they're acknowledging the fact that something just fucked up.
Well, that would make sense because the lights did go out. So, Don West wearing a silky-looking blue shirt here and tie. Is that a fashion faux pas to wear the same color tie as your shirt?
Yeah. Oh, wait. TNA was flown to Atlanta earlier this week at Russo's request.
For what?
Oh, it's something we have to see to believe, so we'll find out later.
Do you think he actually went to Atlanta?
Depends what it is, potentially. Konnan. Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
Konnan's like, yo. You like this shirt? Go ahead, Theo. That's enough.
I feel like if Konnan's a heel, he really shouldn't be coming out to like Ricky Martin music. Doesn't really fit his anger gimmick here. This guy's bitter.
Oh. The ex-welterweight champion of the UWA. Ex-ECW TV champion. Some Spanish I don't know. Oh.
Super crazy. All right. Now, he was one of my favorite in ECW. I really liked him. So, as Konnan kind of mentioned here, he's a former television champion, but since ECW's closed, Super Crazy is kept rather busy working for MLW, AAA, IWA, Puerto Rico, and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Now, I would tell you who he's wrestled in all those promotions, but chances are I wouldn't be able to pronounce half their names.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I have to be the one who doesn't pronounce the names right. Bob can't risk it. So Bob will purposely not try to pronounce names. And here comes Jerry Lynn. Okay, so Bob, take your vote here. Does Jerry Lynn beat him again? Another Konnan guy? So. Especially another, not even just another, I get the SATs, but now we've already beaten Juventud, and now we have Super Crazy. Two pretty well-known names brought in to fight Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, I think the whole point of this is for Jerry Lynn to beat all these guys, and eventually Konnan to be like, okay, I respect the X Division.
He's like, okay, you guys are pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen here. Super Crazy, like I said, was one of my favorites for ECW. Him, Taz, and New Jack. Those were my top three guys, and I was 10.
Well, there you go.
So I was looking up to New Jack.
Could have looked up to worse, right?
You want to know what a funny story about that? About New Jack?
I do, as we are just starting off with our general X Division style technical lockups, breaking out. Everyone's chanting the names. Start to the match.
So I don't know if I've ever told this story either, but so New Jack tends to use a staple gun, right? Or stapler, whatever. I think it's a staple gun.
Yeah, it's a staple gun, I think.
Yeah. So in like fourth grade, we would have, Baskell, which was like after school. If your parents weren't home or something, you would stay after school for like 2 hours or something like that. And I went to a Catholic school. If I was wondering, I don't know if that's even a public school thing. It could be. I don't know. But there was a stapler on the table, and I remember it was like, I wonder Like, does it hurt? Now, mind you, the stapler that New Jack would use usually didn't have staples in it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But being 10, I didn't know that. So I put my finger in the stapler and I pressed down on it. And it went through my finger. And it hurt. Quite a bit. So when I would watch New Jack matches, he was like staple gun the Baldies or something, I'd be like, wow, those guys are tough. Because I put one through my finger.
Yeah, and it hurt, yeah.
And this is going on people's balls and forehead. But like I said, somebody said that one time he forgot to take the staples out and he stapled their ball sack.
Oh my God.
Oh, C.W. Anderson. It was C.W. Anderson.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing baggy clothes, so that that shit probably actually.
Yeah. He was like one of the staples that got jammed in it, and he didn't like New Jack didn't know, and he stapled his ball sack, and he told New Jack, and he laughed at him.
I'm sure he did. Here you go. Tilt-a whirl head scissor. But
Crazy just hit a hurricane, and then Lynn head scissored Crazy to the floor. Standoff here, as we're 13 minutes and 6 seconds into the show.
And Konnan's like, please don't lose this, okay? I've already lost 2 matches. I'm looking like an absolute fucking joke.
Yeah, he had the original LAX lose a match, and then Proven to lost one. Lynn with a springboard dropkick to knock Crazy off the apron. What is he doing? Okay, he's probably going to do the running. Yep. Oh, running head scissor. Heard a Karana on the floor. I thought he was going to do a somersault dive.
And hey, Bob, if you look, I believe that woman who was at the corner there near the announce table is the one who potentially was knocked out by Brian Lee.
Oh, really?
She got away pretty quick when Crazy just went over near the table.
She had flashbacks?
I probably would have. Okay, we're back in the ring here. Going for some punches. In the corner, whipping Super Crazy to the other corner. Oh, he gets a boot up on Lynn.
Yeah, Tanae just mentioned that these guys had a lot of battles in ECW, and to be honest with you, I didn't even put that together. I totally.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, they had plenty of matches there.
I'm pretty sad.
I think they were usually triple threat matches, but regardless.
Okay, well they still fought. Yeah. Familiar with each other nonetheless. Then, I don't like that Super Crazy has a shirt on.
I was gonna say something too about that, but
I don't know, man. When wrestlers wear T-shirts, I get annoyed. I can still tell that you got a little gut. Like it doesn't matter.
Oh, nice springboard tornado DDT there by Lynn. Do you get annoyed with like Kevin Owens, or is that okay because that's his gimmick?
Since that's sort of his thing, it makes sense. But I definitely don't like it.
I think if you start off with not having a T-shirt and then you transition into a T-shirt, you're pretty much telling us, hey, I'm not in good shape.
I mean, listen, I'm going to probably get heat for this, but I'm not like huge on Kevin Owens anyway, or Kevin Steen, either way. I mean,
really,
I don't hate him. Like he comes on TV and Kaylee literally says, I hate Kevin Owens. like she knows she doesn't like him. Whereas like, I don't know if I hate him, but I just it never clicked for me. And maybe that's because I haven't seen some of his like bigger matches necessarily, but hey, you know what I will say is I met him at a 2CW show and he was really fucking nice. So
he is a nice guy. Yeah.
I will say that much. It was right when he got signed. Oh, look at this. Acai moonsault from Super Crazy to the outside onto Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, Kevin Owens stuff. I really prefer his Ring of Honor run, like when he was world champion. Like El Generico feud, and then when he's world champ.
Well, that's what I need to see, like more El Generico feud stuff, because I've seen him at 2CW, so I've seen him in some decent matches, and of course I've seen him in WWE. I knew about him before, like that stuff, but I guess
PWG too. You probably should see his PWG stuff.
Yeah, so I mean I've seen clips that I really like, but I guess and you know maybe it's the look for me. I don't know. Super Crazy's up on the top rope, but Jerry Lynn just caught him, and now Jerry Lynn's climbing up to the second, going for a potential superplex. Can he hit it? Will he hit it? I don't know.
Yeah, no. If you were to become a wrestler right now, you're telling me you wouldn't wrestle with a shirt on? Springboard moonsault into the ring by Crazy.
Oh, well, right now I'd probably have to.
All right, so then you can't. Then you shouldn't be judgmental then.
Well, I'm not a wrestler, and I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying I like Super Crazy right now. Doesn't Super Crazy usually? He's got like a whole suit on.
Yeah.
He's never topless, so that annoys me even more.
Yeah, I would probably have to wear a sweater.
Up in a fireman's carry, Super Crazy is TKO.
Oh, TKO. 1, 2. Oh, Crazy kicking out of Lynn's secondary finisher, really.
Now, Konnan, his earrings look like handcuffs. Like, that's how big they look in his ears. They look massive, very heavy. Everyone's chanting for Jerry Lynn. He's getting hyped.
Yeah, fans are behind Jerry. He's signaling for the cradle pile driver. Can he hit it?
Let's see.
Oh, he's not by the
ropes. Got him up.
Oh, Konnan's on the apron.
Oh, Super Crazy.
Oh, no, counters.
It's over. Oh, drop kick.
Seated drop kick by Super Crazy. And, springboard moonsault by Crazy. Crazy's looking pretty good, even though he's wearing a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. The t-shirt's not holding him back.
No. At this point, if I'm a TNA official, if I'm like Dixie Carter or something, and Super Crazy comes through that curtain, I'm like, hey, Super Crazy, you want to be a regular? How you feel about that?
Well, if they're smart, they'd get Hooven Dude and Super Crazy right now.
I think Super Crazy's looking better than Hoovy.
Well, yeah, he's looking better, but I think Hoovy has potential to still be pretty good.
Oh, tornado DDT by Super Crazy. That was good too. These guys are so good together.
Yeah, this is a way better match than Jerry Lynn's match with Hooven last week.
Sit out power bomb. Lynn with a kick out. This is probably the best opening match in 2003 so far.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Konnan is getting absolutely pissed outside of the ring.
Don West freaking out. What does he have to do to beat Jerry Lynn? Sitting on the top turnbuckle. Open hand chop. Oh. Okay, Hurricanrana, but Lynn rolls through. Oh, he gets him with a sunset flip, really, I guess.
Wow.
Well, it's just a roll through. It wasn't a sunset flip.
Well, Jerry Lynn wins.
All right. That was a good match.
Yeah, that was a good opener.
It's good. I want to see more of Super Crazy, I'll tell you that. When does he go to WWE? 2005?
That's what I keep thinking in my head.
Wow, I wonder why.
Because wasn't he? Because he's on like One Night. I remember being on One Night Stand, right?
Yeah, he's part of the Mexicools.
Oh, he's in the Mexicools even before that? Wow.
What is Mexicools before that? I thought Mexicools was after One Night Stand.
Well, that's what I was just wondering, because the way I thought you meant that it was before.
Yeah.
No, Mexicools is 2006 for sure, and I only know that because I have a box set of every 2006 pay-per-view. Hey, Super Crazy and Konnan are pushing each other. Konnan is absolutely pissed.
Well, I would be pissed too. I mean, every guy I'm bringing in saying, "Hey, they're gonna win," have lost. I'm really confused about Mexicools because I could have sworn they were at Great American Bash 05.
Oh, they might have been.
But then that would maybe make the timeline not make a lot of sense, unless that's July.
Okay, so now we're getting a flashback here for Jeff Jarrett wearing Dustin Rhodes' natural jacket.
Yeah, Mexicools were there.
Oh, they were? Okay.
Yeah, they made their debut on June 23rd, 2005.
Oh, wow.
They split up in 2006.
Wait, maybe my box set is 2005 then.
I think yours is.
It is. My box set is 2005, yeah. No wonder. I'm getting my dates all messed up.
What is this? Oh, this is a highlight video.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett pretending he's going to join S.E.X. Goldilocks is like, no, Jarrett, don't. You want to see this? I got this videotape, and it is definitely not a solo film of me, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Do you want to take a guess on why Psychosis was terminated from WWE?
If you're making me guess, it can't be anything I'm going to guess easily. So I'm going to say he was, I don't know, selling illegal alcohol.
What? No, what? Illegal alcohol? No.
Yeah, he was like making his own and selling it. It's really
Oh,
strong
God.
shit.
No. Psychosis he was arrested for stealing a car in Mexico.
Okay, well, I was not going to guess that.
No, I didn't think you were. They had a very short run together.
Yeah, but I remember being a kid and hating the Mexicools. And now, like, I grow up and I watch the stuff back, and I'm like, damn it, they were good.
Yeah,
like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, I liked them. I mean, I didn't like that they came out like on lawnmowers and stuff, but
no, it was like goofy shit.
Yeah.
We're still getting a recap here. If you're following along, we're at 22:30. Now, if you're following along on Impact Plus, you might be at a completely different time than us. But right now, we're just seeing that Jeff Jarrett and Vince Russo recap. We'll let you know when we're out of it, in case you are following along and you decide to time back up with us, since In Demand fucking broke and it just cut off because the power went out at the asylum. Because remember, we're at the fairgrounds.
I feel like this video package would normally be at the beginning of the show, not almost 23 minutes in.
See, I sort of wish it was, because then the power would have cut off during this and we wouldn't have missed anything. We missed, like, the true shock of Kevin Sullivan coming out, really.
Yeah.
Welcome home, Jeff. Remember, I did, in fact, the title of last week's show is Friends and Family, so I did say it, and that's what it's called.
Insightful. That's what I said, and that's what it's called. All right.
Well, because Vince Russo said it. Wait a second. We're at an office in Atlanta. I think so. Yep, we're in Atlanta. TNA is in Vince Russo's office. What's going to happen? It's so important it couldn't wait till Wednesday. What is it?
You know, if these guys don't get along, I feel like I wouldn't invite him to my office.
Right? He said he's fought and beat everything thrown his way. Here we go. Working with Vince, being Vince's slave, being in WCW, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Eric Bischoff was mean to me. I screwed over Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, there you go.
I went back to WWE and they were like, you got to be part of a creative team. And I was like, whoa, no, I don't think so. They fired me. I come here.
Yes. So he's pretty much said, I fought everything.
What kind of office is this?
I have a feeling I know where this is going, but I don't want to say it yet until it happens. So we'll hold on. So he said he saw firsthand the price he paid for the passion. And that's, of course, he's referencing the video of his sons.
What do you think's going to happen?
Hold on. I'll tell you whether it's right or wrong after. He's talking about his sons, pointing out highlights of his career as a father.
Wait a minute. Well, when he pointed all this stuff out, he was like, well, they didn't tell you that son of a bitch would stay up late at night, or I let him.
I let him watch. What did he say? You let him watch?
Howard Stern.
Listen to Howard Stern. And
yeah, well, he had a show on the E Network, so you probably let him stay up till 11 o'clock to watch Howard Stern on the E Network.
That's pretty funny. We're zooming in really close to Vince Russo's face right now.
I don't know why we're doing that.
You can't take back the time he took away from his kid.
My God, I know what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Let's hold on. Let's wait and find out together. Oh. Okay, he just brought up the death of Kurt Hennig, essentially saying, one day he's not here. He said, I'm not going to do it anymore, Mike. Oh!
Wait.
He just said, I am done with the wrestling business. I need to be where my priorities are. I need to be with my family.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be that.
No, that's what I thought it was. I thought he was going to be done.
I thought he was going to be the father figure for Brian Lawler, Eric Watts, David Flair.
Fuck.
I may not be there for my real sons, but I have new sons, and that's David, Brian, and Eric. Are you kidding me? So now he's quit? What does that mean for S.E.X? Is it over?
I think it's over, dude. Wow. 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 Wow.
Wow. Russo is comparing himself to Kurt Hennig. You're a wrestling writer. You're gone one day a week. What are you talking about?
Well, he's in this office in Atlanta, dude.
Well, I think he lives in Atlanta.
Well, I know. He's got his office. Okay.
They cut away from that too soon.
A little bit too soon there. Oh, wait. But S.E.X might not be completely gone because here come, the Hot Shots, led by Mike Sanders and Glenn Gilberti. And they're all wearing their S.E.X shirts still.
Yeah, but so here's the thing. If Russo's like, I'm done, I'm out, that kind of lessens S.E.X. Because your leader's gone.
It majorly lessens them. Oh, they're fighting.
Okay, so TNA just finished off his promo. They cut away. He's like, I guess there's 3 words. Time will tell. Wow. All right. So Russo's gone. I don't like that.
Oh, now they're just the church. According to the nameplate, this is just the church now.
Interesting.
They were also announced as the new church, not the disciples of the new church. So we're all over the place with this team.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think
Bob,
I think it's a swerve.
Take a look at the bottom of the screen, Bob. What do you see?
They changed it. The NWA-TNA.
Holy crap.
I told you. I knew it.
Jesus. Hey, new church going right after the Hot Shots, throwing them out of the ring. We know what's about to happen. So what do you want to talk about while they brawl around ringside?
I bet you that was part of the power outage. They're probably like, oh shit, we have the wrong website on our screen.
Hey, Ace in the Hole, Sonny Siaki's out here ringside. And since Vince Russo is not technically here or the leader, that puts Sonny Siaki in charge. And he's wearing a leather suit jacket, because why not?
I like how the focus of this match is not the match. It's instead Sonny Siaki bringing Sanders and Gilberti back to the locker room.
Yeah.
Slash is starting off with Stevens. He hit like 2 Cobra clutch side rush and leg sweeps here. Oh, okay. Backdrops Cassidy O'Reilly and slammed Stevens to the mat. Oh, so O'Reilly doesn't have a shirt on, but Stevens is wearing a shirt. I guess that's how you can tell these guys apart. What are they doing? Okay.
The Hot Shots also got new gear. One has a fire crotch and the other one has like bikers on.
Yeah.
I should elaborate. Cassidy Riley or O'Reilly here. I don't know. I think it's
Cassidy Riley. I don't think it's
O'Reilly. He eventually becomes O'Reilly, but
yeah.
So Cassidy Riley has the fire literally like on his dick, and Chase Stevens has it like on the shorts of the bikers. As Riley runs in and gets big booted by.
Does Cass look at it?
Look at it.
It kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern on the backside.
Yeah, I was gonna say it also looks like right after you eat like a Taco Bell meal.
Okay, of course you have to make one of those jokes.
Bob already discussed. Hey, look at this. Ron Killings. Bob already was in the beginning of this episode. If you didn't fast forward through it, I'd like to remind you that you were talking about a finger in a butt on cops. So
that was real life. Okay, they had to get the crack out of his literal crack.
Well, it's out of his hole at that point, isn't it?
Well, you have to go in the.
Anyway, Slash just ducked clotheslines by the Hot Shots and then came back with a double clothesline. Who's going to win this match, Bob? Definitely not the Hot Shots, if I had to say.
Definitely not the fans, because let's say this match has been going on for 3 minutes.
What is this camera?
for about 2 minutes, they've been looking at other things than the match. There was the encounter at ringside, and now they keep on going back to Ron Killings in the crowd.
How many times are they going to show him? Hey, Riley's tagged in. He trips Slash after. Now Chase Stevens up on the top rope.
Oh, what was that?
That was an odd tag team move.
Cassie Riley was holding Slash, and Stevens like drop kicked him in the chest. I don't know what that.
And then he just like put him down. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slash, he lives for pain. Now, if you remember, his old tag team partner is backstage. I'm just going to say that. How much longer is the new church going to stay around? I don't know. Are we going to have a new member?
I didn't even think of that. What if JC Ice came out with a boombox or something and was like, "Yo, bro, let's bring it back"? And Slash was like, "Okay."
And then he'll bring out those classic USWA tag team title hubcaps.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Oh no, the whirly bird. Oh, okay.
Well, I believe that's the Slash and Burn, but he didn't call it that. Mike Tenay didn't, but
yeah, so they call it the whirly bird. Stevens is taking his shirt off, so
good. I don't have to get pissed then.
Yeah, he's showing that he's actually in shape.
Well, that's the other thing is that almost makes it worse. It's like you're in shape when you're wearing a shirt. Now what are you doing?
Brian Lee got the hot tag. He's cleaning house with some clotheslines. Oh, he's got Riley for a chokeslam. He got it.
What's he gonna do? Oh, it looks like a possible tombstone pile driver. But he gets kicked in the back of the leg by Riley. Now they both do a double team Russian leg sweep. James Mitchell's like, "God damn it, where's Belladonna and her new boobs?"
Well, where has Belladonna been?
She got a boob job.
Yeah, all right. Well, what the hell? Where is she?
I don't know.
I swear to God,
missing a swanton.
If Russo was like, "Hey, Belladonna, get a boob job," and then proceeded to not use her after that, that'd be hilarious.
Chase Stevens misses a moonsault, and now Brian Lee's up at the top, and he's going for.
Oh.
He just went all the way across the ring to hit that top rope knee drop. And he kicked out, but it looked like Riley was supposed to break that up quicker.
Yeah, that was mistimed, it looked like. We're not even kidding. Brian Lee had to go 90% across the ring.
Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't an exaggeration. He literally almost a full coast-to-coast with a flying knee drop. Set up powerbomb to Slash.
2 count, yeah, off the powerbomb there. Lee's got Riley, but Riley elbows off of the top rope. What does he got?
What the heck is that? Is that like a chain?
Yeah.
A little necklace chain is. Oh, and he slipped on the top rope, but he still hit it. He's good.
Stevens.
Are we going to show Stevens or nope? We're not showing him.
1, 2. Oh.
Thank God he kicked out. If that was the finish and they didn't show the move, I would have been pissed.
That would have just been a typical TNA thing to do.
Hey, you knock it off.
Well, they lost their power in the match already, or the show.
Well, it's not the first or the last time it is the first time, but it's not the last time that they will lose power, I don't think.
I can't wait till they have a fire.
I was just about to mention the fire.
A literal fire in the arena. Oh.
Wow.
Like an electric chair dropkick combo there, and that's the win. New Church is over with the church.
Yeah, whatever.
Good, reaction from the crowd. Well, that only came to mind because in my timeline of reviewing impacts from 2006, they were like, "Ooh, the action was so hot at Hard Justice, there was a fire." It's like, oh my God!
Didn't it happen in like the first match?
Yeah, Eric Young and I think Johnny Devine wrestled in smoke because they had fire extinguishers going off everything.
Yeah, and then they'd like evacuate.
Yeah, they all evacuated, and they're like, "Oh, the action was stopped for 15 minutes until they were allowed back in." It's like, okay.
Of course, it's live on pay-per-view too. It's not even a TV show. Yeah. Look at the Harris brothers meet the Hot Shots, and they're pissed at them, and now they're pushing the Harris brothers. You guys are a lot smaller than them. I'd be careful. Oh wait, see, here we go. See, this is what's going to be happening, Bob. We're literally just going to see S.E.X slowly be breaking up. If not by the end of the show, by the end of like next week or two. Oh, he just whipped a chair at Chase Stevens.
So I think you're right, because there's not going to be it's going to be a whole leader thing. I think Siaki, Raven, and Styles are all going to be like, "I'm the leader." No, I'm the leader. Blah blah blah. Gilberti might even try to do it too.
Okay, they just threw the hot shots out of the building, shut the door, and Goldie is standing by with Sandman.
They're fired. Goldie doesn't know the name of it. The Clockwork Orange House of Fun.
And she goes, "Can you tell us how it goes?" And Sandman's like, "I don't know." She's coughing on his smoke because, of course, he's smoking in the backstage.
Goldie's looking good tonight.
She kind of has been the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, she always looks great, but the way she's got her hair, I like it. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of hair, look at Sandman's. It looks like he just stuck his finger in a socket.
That's why there was a power outage.
Oh. It makes sense. Wait, he already came out earlier. Oh, this had to have been a pre-tape.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's wearing a different shirt, and now he's spitting beer everywhere, and Goldie looks absolutely pissed. I would be too. Quote the Sandman, nevermore. What? Hello.
Hey.
Who better? Who better?
That lollipop? Sure is.
I think so.
Hey. Hi, lollipop.
Remember, yeah, last week when we went off the air, Jeff Jarrett was the victim of a 3-on-1 attack. Here we go. Last week,
Hey, that's right. Here we go.
The three evil sons.
That's a better name. Look at this. Watts with a fucking choke slam right through the table. If TNA needs more buy rates, you just bring in Eric Watts and you're guaranteed thousands of more people watching the show.
You'll regret what you did to us. Now, here's the thing.
What could he have done?
I might not be as angry about Eric Watts, except that they literally push him right to feud with Jeff Jarrett. It's like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't. It comes out of nowhere.
Oh, Mike Tenay's in the ring. He's going to introduce Jeff Jarrett here. Now, do you think, Bob, potentially they put David Flair with Watts and Lawler because they knew Russo was essentially going to be leaving, and that was like the beginning, essentially, of kind of slowly splitting them up?
That's a good question. I don't know how long he's actually going to be gone for.
Well,
if he's even going to be gone, but that could be. That's a good point. Because I don't think Lawler and Watts would be part of S.E.X.
No, I don't think so either.
I think they're going to be a completely different thing.
Here's
Jarrett's getting booed a little bit.
Is he?
Yep. I heard a couple of boos. I was booing him, so that counts. He's wearing like a salmon shirt here. It doesn't look bad on him.
Tenay had to touch it. He's like, for 15 years, and he's like touching the belt. They've all had a target on their back. Let's talk about people like, Raven, AJ Styles. But before we get to that, he's got to ask him about the comments earlier tonight about Vince Russo. What do you think? And now Tenay's right here says he claims he's getting out of the wrestling business. Very important to say that.
Yeah. Jared don't believe him. It's hard to believe.
I don't believe him.
See, now it's kind of frustrating that they're doing that and there's not a blow off really for S.E.X. because of all the shit they had done to Jarrett.
Well, yeah. You're damn right it was black-hearted. But I did it because I had a purpose.
Was he?
You're damn
what is he
right.
talking about?
About doing the video thing. He's saying how essentially it was bad of him. Yeah. If he had to stoop to that level to get Vince to do the right thing, to become the old Vince Russo, because as if what he was doing wasn't the old Vince Russo.
If I had to do that to get Vince Russo to be the old Vince Russo, which is worse than this Vince Russo, then I would have done it.
Here we go. He came from magazine writer. He went to WWF. He left. He went to WCW. He feuded with Hogan. Now they're sued. He went back to WWF. Nope. Doing a book. Now I'm at TNA. We get the fucking story.
He was Mr. Wrestling under a mask. Hit me with the belt.
Talk about big balls. He's got big balls, okay? Let me tell you right now. I saw Vince Russo's balls, and one time I just hit him with a guitar. I was like, let's play a song with them big balls.
I think TNA at this point, if I was Vince Russo, I would troll TNA and be like, I want every match this week to be like retro matches. So it'd be like, Brian Lee against somebody else from like WWF 95, right? So let's do that. And then, Lynn against Super Crazy, ECW 99. Just Raven Sandman, ECW 95. That's the whole card.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Don't compare the... Okay, don't do it. Son of a bitch, he did. I didn't want him to include Watts with Raven and Styles coming after Jarrett.
He's trying to start with AJ Styles, and someone... Is it Watts, I'm guessing? It has to be, right?
I think
he's yelling, hold on. Oh, is it Raven?
I think it's Raven. Oh, no, it's not. It's Watts, you're right.
No, it's not. Hold on, we got to talk. But Jarrett's out of the ring. It looks like he's probably grabbing a chair. Here's Watts, Lawler, and Flair.
Flair's not wearing a sex shirt.
Nope.
And he came from backstage, not from the sex locker room, too.
Mm-hmm. You're wondering why I threw you through your table. And why did I steal these yellow glasses out of your bag, Jeff? Oh. Oh. He's mad because he left out 3 of the greatest.
Oh my God. If he laughs, I swear to God. I knew it. I knew he was going to do it. Is Jarrett going to join them and be like, I'm a second generation wrestler too?
Oh.
Your dadder?
Don't you remember when we spent time together as a kid, and then when we were teenagers, we weren't really friends, but then we both like became wrestlers, and then we both were wrestling like all over the place, and now we're here in TNA. You got to tell the whole story, you know that.
Both of our dads pushed us when they probably shouldn't have. Like my dad pushed me a lot in WCW, and then everybody got bitter, and then your dad pushed you a lot in Memphis, and paid you more than everybody else. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, he got bitter about eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and you lived in a mansion. Remember that, Jeff? No. Eric Watts did not train those guys. What is he fucking talking about?
Remember when he was at the competition wrestling? This is so...
He just said that he trained Karl Malone, Dennis Rodman, and Jay Leno? No. This guy is intoxicated. That did not happen. That was like DDP and Canyon that did all that.
And Eric Watts.
No.
You help me out, Jeff? Let's see, Jeff. What about you, Jeff? It took him 21 days to sign his first contract in WCW, as if that he should be proud of that.
Yeah, what is this guy talking about?
He's bragging that he was a Pro Wrestling Illustrated Rookie of the Year.
This is ridiculous.
Did it bother you that I'm 6'6" and you had to work every day hard in the gym to prove you're a heavyweight? Huh, Jeff? And Brian Lawler just keeps going, yeah, 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 yeah. I hate this more than I thought I was going to. Fuck.
He's mad because Jarrett never called him
Yeah, to like help.
to get him what? Like in the major leagues?
Either a job or like, to help.
He's just saying that it took him 21 days to get into WCW. Why didn't Eric Watts call Jeff Jarrett to get him a job? If it took Jarrett 10 years.
You are going to regret what you did to me. I'm not quite sure what he did still.
He didn't give him a job.
Look, he turned his back to him. Jeff, you can hit him in the back with... He's like, you can hit me in the back with a chair now.
Well, here's the thing. I would hit Brian Lawler first.
Well, here's the thing. His legs are spread, so I think Jarrett's going to hit him in the nuts, to be honest with you. If he does anything. Or is this going to be another, like... Oh, no, he's walking away. Okay. Is this going to be another, like, Jeff doesn't know what to do? Should he team with him? Should he not? Because we just saw that story.
Jarrett should not be wasting his time with these guys.
That's it. They just left. That's it. That was the segment. That went way too fucking long, dude. Second generation sour grapes is what Don West says. As we're getting our dancers and the dates that we don't care about anymore because the dancers are on the screen. Hello.
That's right. They were twerking before twerking was cool.
Break me down. Wait, cameraman, I don't want to see your boots.
Yeah, we don't care about her high. There we go. We don't care about the high heels. Eric Watts, you're gonna regret what you did to us. What is? Oh God, is this fucking Disgraceland?
We just have a random TNA logo on the screen, so I don't know.
Yeah, the production's great this week.
Oh fuck!
It is Disgraceland.
And someone just gave him a nacho with Gilberti and Sanders.
I thought for sure that we wouldn't see Disgraceland again. Because last time he wrestled, it was complete silence.
Well, I can't believe he is on here again, dude.
I'm kind of bummed that S.E.X is over. I didn't think it was going to... So what, it started officially the last show of December, right?
I would say... from my knowledge, yes. That was like the big start.
So we made it 2 months?
Yep.
Wow. I thought S.E.X was around longer than that. Well, Estrada's... Well, he came back out to his Elvis music.
Freaking Glenn Gilberti is on commentary.
Oh, that was a messy looking forearm there by Estrada. Well, Sanders and Gilberti they're fucking up in the ring. That's probably better off that they're not focusing on that.
This is a good match to pull away from.
Right.
Siaki, ace in the hole, is like, hey, there's a sign. We love Livewire.
Are they talking about the WWE show?
That's what I thought it was. So we're not showing the match.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if... I can't remember if it was on the 19th, but remember when like Russo was like, oh, I'm not going to be around, so Sonny, you're in charge?
Yeah.
Like, you're the ace in the hole? I wonder if that was also a tease.
It really could have been, dude.
Estrada on the top rope. Missing a frog splash.
I thought he was gonna land on his face.
I thought, yeah. I looked at the angle. There was a face plant. Oh, I thought Disgraceland was almost gonna win there with a roll up.
Well, this is the match we've all been waiting for. We have the original Flying Elvis from the first. He's a winner of the first match in TNA history, and he's fighting Disgraceland, who's mocking him.
That's right. Slingshot suplex, like he's Tully Blanchard for a 2 count on Estrada. Speaking of Tully Blanchard, have you been continuing to follow along with the WCW 86 thing that they're doing, Tony?
So I realized today I was 3 episodes behind. counting today's episode. Of course, it's a Wednesday. So I did listen to one, and I unfortunately ran out of time to watch more, but I plan to catch up. Between tomorrow, I would catch up before the next episode. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to hear all the stories that he tells.
Yeah. Graceland hit a German suplex, and now he's hammering away on Estrada in the corner. I'm really surprised this is still going on here. We're at 51:32 for our time check there. Oh, jeez. Peanut butter and banana sandwiches. That's Disgraceland's weak link there, because he was eating that in his last match.
Yeah, he can't help himself. He's got to eat them.
Was that like Elvis's favorite sandwich or something?
Yeah, he like died eating like a peanut butter and some, I don't know, some kind of sandwich.
Peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Was it? Yeah, but I thought Elvis did more than that, but whatever. We'll just say it was
Well, he did like, drugs.
Well, yeah, but he was eating one, I thought, when he died or something. At least that's what I thought.
He died on the toilet.
Yeah, eating a sandwich.
Who eats a sandwich on the toilet?
Elvis.
What the hell?
I might be wrong about that.
Have you ever eaten something while on the toilet?
I don't think so, no.
That makes no sense.
Maybe like a candy in my hand while I'm peeing, like snacking on candy bar.
Yeah, I don't think he was peeing, though.
No, no. Oh, look at that.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, he won.
What was that?
It's like a, I can't think of the name of the move. It's like a swingy thing.
It's like a modified swinging neck breaker, but he had his leg up. It was weird.
Wait a second. I had something to tell you, but we're backstage in the sex locker room. Audio's very, very bad.
You look Skipper's back there.
Mike Sanders is yelling at Siaki, "You don't write my check." He said, when Vince Russo's not around, I'm the man.
Gilbert's telling him to shut up.
Look at Skipper looking wicked confused.
He doesn't know what's going on. Who is this guy? It's like, that's who he's looking like. You're not Vince Russo. So
Who's this?
What is that?
Gotwood?
Gotwood. Well, there's
one of our plum trees here. What
is that angle about? Well, so Gilberti was saying that if Sports Entertainment Extreme were to continue, they all have a job they got to do. So it looks like they're going to try to drag it out. Oh, yikers.
So what I was about to tell you is, unfortunately, Bob, I have some bad news.
What?
That would be the last time that we will see Jorge Estrada in NWA-TNA.
What the hell is that?
What? Oh, Andrew Stevens. He's the winner of the online auction to become a TNA dancer.
Are you kidding me? What is he? He's like a superhero costume thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, great. The interrogators.
Dude, listen to the audio. It's all fucked up.
That was a weird cut. Now with Kid Kash.
Ricky Morton, mentor. Rapper Rock. Paul Heyman, Jewish. AJ Styles, really good. Favorite move, Moneymaker.
Ahurna Karana.
Toughest opponent, he said? AJ?
Toughest X Division opponent.
Trinity.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Cocky or confident? Very confident. Konnan and the Luchadors. Wannabes. Okay, this is, winning the X Division title, biggest night of my life. Amazing Red. What do you say? He just is real short.
He said, is Amazing Red real deal or hype? And he said he's real short.
Okay, X Division Championship match. But yeah, to finish that thought, Bob, yeah, that is the last time Jorge Estrada will be wrestling here.
I'm not surprised. Oh, it is against Amazing Red.
Look at that. Similar offensive styles. Red's hunger for the title. Will experience be the difference? Now, that being said, also, on the Jorge Estrada playing field here as we're making our entrances, he actually stops wrestling in May of 2003. He has his final match ever.
Really?
Yeah, he only wrestles, well, let's see, 6 more times. And one of them is when he drops the NWA North American Heavyweight title to Hot Stuff Hernandez on a Wildside show.
Interesting. I wonder what he ended up doing.
I don't know. I can't. I've like tried to look him up. I can't find nothing.
TNA putting over Trinity. Ever since Trinity's been with Kash, he's got it all together. Put it all together. Okay, Trinity dumped baby oil all over her body this week. Now we're gonna get the boxing introductions.
The music just started playing again.
Yeah,
did the production guy stay home this week?
He must have. What is this?
It's time for your NWA X Division bout of the evening. I'm glad that Amazing Red's babysitter let him out.
Brooklyn, New York. The Amazing Red. He finally answered our phone call, and now he's here.
Thank God.
Trinity.
She did literally look like she dumped baby oil on her chest.
She does, I'm telling you. And defending.
I'm really sad that the team of Cash Money never really ended up working out, with Easy Money. But we haven't seen it in a while.
That would have been a great gimmick. Great team name.
Okay, well, here we go. Our X Division title match.
I wonder if Easy Money even appears again.
Well, yeah, I don't know. So today was just making a point that Amazing Red was next in line, which is weird since Jerry Lynn won that number 1 contender 8-man gauntlet just a few weeks.
They have to have dropped that or something.
I think they did. Oh, Cash with a kick to the side kick to the gut of Kid Kash, throwing him in the corner. Oh, blocking the punches from Cash, ducking the line. Oh, leg sweep. Cash trying to step on him. But Red is too quick. He's too small. He's fast.
They're just avoiding each other's offense right now.
They both know each other so well.
Well, they have wrestled a couple, at least one other time, right? Standoff. Yeah, that's right. Stand up, everybody, and applaud.
Woo woo!
What is Red's armband? He has a white armband with something written on it.
I didn't even notice that. It's probably for the SATs since they just got their ass beat by Jerry Lynn.
R.I.P. LAX.
5150.
Bleh. Red with some basic arm control here, but Cash quickly getting out. We passed the 1 hour mark, so.
Oh yeah.
That was a way quicker hour than last week.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't think it was gonna go that quick because some of that stuff was come on.
Another fucking standoff after a bunch of arm drags. Trinity's all hyped up, trying to get the crowd into it. They didn't really care about the second standoff.
Well, because you already just did it. Stop standing off. Get moving.
Oof. Do you think Red's going to win the title here?
Well, he was originally supposed to, so that would be pretty interesting if they decided to. Okay, we're going to put it on him now.
Well, Kash hasn't had it very long, just a couple weeks.
Well, yeah, that's the weird part.
Dropped toe hold by Red, and now he's going to go. I thought he was going to go for a roll up, but standing.
He just
Hurricanrana.
He just Hurricanrana, the master of the Hurricanrana.
Flapjack. Kash bails to the floor. Is Red going to do a somersault dive? Kash is definitely going to the side of the ring that would maybe suggest that. And there it is.
Whoa.
Don West is always excited about Amazing Red.
TNA.
He knows that he's close to winning the title as Amazing Red.
Braun around the outside. Trinity's like, no, I'm not allowed to do Hurricanranas in matches anymore. Get away from me.
I'm telling you, Trinity better win the title. Kid Kash is another guy that was in WWE in 2005.
Really?
Wait a minute. 2006. Right? I don't know. He's with the Pitbulls. It was him and Jamie Noble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, sorry. I misheard what you said. I thought you said almost. But no, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Well, Amazing Red was almost signed like 9 times by WWE.
See, that I didn't know.
Yeah, he was supposed to originally, I think Amazing Red was going to be part of the 205 Live thing, Cruiserweight. When they had like the Cruiserweight idea, I think a Cruiserweight show.
Oh, like that recently?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, when the network
clothesline.
That's a 2 count. When the network first started, they did like a survey.
Oh, yeah.
I remember reading about. They did a survey and they're like, "Oh yeah, Amazing Red should be a favorite to be part of it."
So we got a split screen, but Red just hit the code red on Kash, but looks like he kicked out if he went for cover. Yeah, he had to have. Trinity's like, come on, kick Kash. Woo, woo. Now, mind you, the fans love Amazing Red, so I feel like to get them behind Kash and this is going to be pretty tough, too. They like both of these guys.
Yeah, this is a rare like face versus face match. Red chopping away on Kash against the ropes. Oh. What is he going to do? Fisherman Buster? Oh, drops him over his knee. One, two. Red kicks out.
Oh.
Shocking.
Throwing Red into the corner. Kid Kash. Nope. Red puts him over the top. He's over on the apron now. But he punches Red away. Kash climbing up to the top rope. Red jumped up there, though. What's this? He's grabbing his wiener.
He sure is. Oh, wow.
That was a big-ass suplex.
By the smallest man in the company.
Crowd like that, though.
Can we get a replay? Oh, fuck. Of course.
But he kicked out on 2 over on the live side of the split screen. Yeah. And he's like, we appreciate the replay, but we had to keep talking about the live one because he almost pinned him. Whoa. Up and over at Kash's. Red's up on the top. Kash follows him. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Fuck. Was he supposed to lay on his feet on that and he didn't? Or
So
was that supposed to?
He did a German suplex from the top rope, and we're going to be able to get a replay here. It looks like Red was supposed to land because he he slipped wicked hard when he went back.
Oh my god. I don't know why they do the things they do on these shows. 1, 2. Of course he kicks out.
That's it.
Of course.
He can't put him away. He doesn't know what to do.
Okay, back to chopping him. I mean, what's a more devastating move than a top rope freaking German suplex?
I don't know, because it looked like it kind of killed him.
And he's already back again. Well, there's his version of the 619. 718. Kash got his foot on the rope.
I thought Red was cheating and had one foot on the rope, but it was Kid Kash getting the rope break.
Yeah. I would have just kicked out.
He couldn't. His arms were too weak.
Okay. You gotta stop yawning, okay? That shit's contagious.
I'm trying not to. Kash falling to the ground here.
Red kicks him, yeah. Trying to get the crowd behind him with him and his do-rag.
He actually put that back on because it fell off. Oh!
Oh,
He
shit.
just took Trinity out.
I didn't even see Trinity there.
Kid Kash moving out of the way, and then instead, Trinity just got fucking slammed down.
Did he put her in the way?
Or did she do it?
I don't know.
It was so quick, the camera wasn't a good angle to really see.
Yeah, she like blended in with the mats on the floor, so I didn't really see that. Oh, just swinging STO off the middle rope.
Red Star Press.
Red Star Press. That could be it.
Oh,
Kash kicks out.
but yeah, TNA. Yeah, this is a good time for a replay.
Yeah, this is where we need one.
Maybe.
Yeah, never mind.
Remember, the production isn't great this week.
Yeah, they've been fucking up. Okay, here we go.
Nah, she kind of just happened to move into the way, like it looked like. Oh.
1, 2, 3. There you go.
That was 3. Was that the moneymaker right there?
I think so. Yeah. The camera angle. I'm really curious if he like grabbed her by the arm and we just didn't see it.
Yeah, it very well could be. Yep, so it was the moneymaker, confirming. But Kid Kash is still your champion, and now he's going to check on Trinity. It kind of took him a minute. So, very interesting. Hey, babe, you okay? I know I just fucked you up by pulling you in front of him, but you okay? They're making it sound like that's not what happened. Because Don West is like, that's a teammate.
I don't know. I think maybe she was just in the way.
Oh.
Whoa.
Goldilocks is trying to get a word with Jarrett, but AJ Styles pushed by and ran into the broom closet he's in. He wants a rematch. Screw you, Jeff. I want a rematch. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. You were sucking Vince Russo's ass last week, and now he took his ball and went home.
Well, he's not a rookie.
Another shot on his terms.
Oh, he kind of punked him out.
Mm-hmm.
Shoved him out of the locker room. He made a good point, too. I mean, you joined a group, then he left. It's not my fault. I thought AJ would go in there and attack him.
So did I.
Oh, we got fans behind the Don West and TNA. They're trying to fight sleeper hold by the one fan in white. Now they're laughing and having a good time.
They're like, ha 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 ha.
So you know what? The guy in gray should put the guy in white in the torture rack.
Well, that's the classic what you do at a wrestling show on camera.
Yeah, absolutely. What is this?
Oh, Mike TNA sat down with America's Most Wanted.
Not in Atlanta.
Everyone's wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah. Not in Atlanta, but instead in the bleachers at the fairgrounds.
This guy and I, we've been busting our rear to get where we are, climb the ladder. We're doing really tough. So thank you so much, TNA, for talking with us today, and really appreciate it. We are the best tag team today. Sorry about your damn luck. It's pretty much.
Are they wrestling? Are they wrestling tonight?
It hasn't been announced, but yes.
Okay, so then remember, we got to see if James Storm is happy to be there or not.
Yeah, we got to see if he's got his boo-boo face on that Eric Bischoff tells us all about on 83 Weeks. Every single time they cover a
TNA. Every time James Storm is on a show.
Essentially, TNA's just asking them about their upcoming title shot and all that kind of fun stuff. So these sit-down interviews generally are not very exciting.
No, not at all.
They're saying, is it a disadvantage to not know which two of the three members of Triple X? Chris Harris is like, no, we wrestle different teams every week. Which isn't really the question, but he says no, I guess. Okay, so it says it's next week. Tag team title shots next week.
Are we sure this time?
TNA said it, so if not, we're in trouble. Oh, so he said he's going to take down Gilberti and Sanders like they took down the rest of Vince Russo's guys.
They better not lose this week if they have a title match.
There's no way.
It's also kind of important to note that Raven has not been with S.E.X at all.
Yeah.
In any of the segments.
Well, they did have like the Harris brothers walk out with him in that one, but it was pretty like short-lived.
Very loosely associated. You know what? It's funny. So Russo's gone home. I'm really getting an NWO like B team vibe right now from S.E.X.
Yeah. Look at the guy.
The guy's still in there? All right, let's see.
Here comes America's Most Wanted.
James Storm.
He doesn't look super pissed, but he's not like super excited.
No, he's good.
Honestly,
he's shaking hands. He was nodding yes. I think he's okay.
Next week is going to be a real test because it's a title match.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
If they are to lose, he's going to be pissed.
Yeah. So definitely stay tuned to find out what James Storm's face looks like next week during the NWA Tag Team title match.
That's what I'm most excited for next week is James Storm's reaction. Damn you, Eric Bischoff. You've ruined every James Storm match for me.
Don West said, don't take Gilberti and Sanders lightly. That's interesting to say because they're both kind of, NWO B team.
They are. That's the vibe I'm getting. They're all just kind of jobbers now.
I think chances are we're going to see most of those guys fade out.
Oh, absolutely. Here's my question for you. If Russo's really gone, how many weeks until he comes back?
Okay, if we were saying today is officially the day he's gone, right?
Right.
I'm going to say... Oh, man, it's kind of tough to say. I'm going to give him... We're in March. 3 months max.
Whoa, you're giving him 3 months?
Oh, the max, I said.
Oh, my God.
I was going to say 2, but...
I'm going to give him till the end of March. Like, come on. Sanders working over Storm in the corner. Storm had hit a Hurricanrana.
I could just see him doing some BS of like coming back at the year anniversary show and being like, I'm back.
I'm changed.
Here's Ron Killing's just still sitting in the crowd. And they show this really great hard camera angle where you don't really know what they're looking at.
Is Ron Killings is basically the Crow Sting. He's just looking on in the crowd. What side is he on? We don't know.
It's a good point. Is he with S.E.X? Actually, they're not. It's just Gilberti and Sanders at this point.
And Siaki.
So Tanay's saying, wow, in our interrogators segment, we doubted his allegiance to the NWA.
Which is very similar to Sting. YMCA elbow drop coming up here from Gilberti. Well, no, it's not. Super kick to the face.
Oh, he told him to suck it.
Ain't right.
Tags in Chris Harris. Double team whip to Gilberti into the corner. Harris whipping Storm into it. Now they're both doing it. They're doing a little bulldog move.
Bulldog out of the corner by Harris. Yeah, it always amazes me just how far Harris fell in 5 years.
Yeah.
Because he was seen as one of the potential breakout original TNA guys, and then it just doesn't really happen.
Yeah, well, I kind of wonder why it didn't happen. Guess
I don't know.
We might see. Who knows?
We might find out by Dave. Maybe he did something backstage. Who knows?
Very well, could be. As Harris is pounding down on Gilberti.
He's yelling at Rudy Charles.
Now, I think this is a great time. So we're at an hour, 17 minutes, and 47 seconds. And I'd like to point out, we only have one more match after this, and that's the main event. And we got a lot of show left.
Well, there's no way Raven and Sandman are going 40 minutes. Although I guess they could. Who knows? We don't know the rules of the match.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
They just threw out onto the floor on Gilberti. He landed on his head.
Yeah. And you got to be careful when you send a man who's like 200 pounds onto Gilberti who has skinny legs. Snap him in half.
Harris did the assisted over-the-top crossbody to Storm, so they hit on Gilberti and Sanders. Now they're brawling on the outside. You would have thought this was a match against the New Church, but it's not.
It's not.
Hey, you're not supposed to fight near the announce table.
Break it.
Oh, wait, he was about to, and then he didn't, and he slapped him instead.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just brawling around ringside. Is the referee counting or what? I think he is, but slow.
Well, if this is, wrestling, when he gets to about 6, he should probably stop counting until they get back in the ring.
Well, there you go. Sanders got rolled in. Yeah, usually they get to 6 and they'll poke their head through the ropes and be like, all right, get back in the ring. 1.
Yeah.
2. Like, what? It'd be a double count out.
Oh, look at this.
I didn't even know what the hell you were doing. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, that was not great. Slingshot into the turnbuckle to Sanders, and now they're... Oh, no. Not this weird...
They never do this move right. All right, well...
That's the shittiest tag team move I ever seen.
Yeah, they need to stop doing that.
They're really making sure Gilberti's down. Oh, Sanders
Storm is just looking weird this week. Like, just the way he's running around and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. This seems off.
It was the interview with Tenay. It really threw them off their game here.
Maybe they're just looking ahead too much to Triple X. Maybe they'll lose here. Facebuster by Gilberti, jumping, reversed neckbreaker, or a neckbreaker there by Sanders. Is that's Storm, right? He was just acting like he was paralyzed. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Russian leg sweep by Glenn here. Oh, whoa! Into the turnbuckle. He's going, climbing on the second rope. He's dancing. Here we go. Woo! What's this?
Forearm smash. Missed it. Trying to tag in Harris, but no. Gilberti ducks a wild kick, and he gets boot in the gut, and then a kick to the face. Here comes Harris, gets the hot tag. So does Sanders. Crowd doesn't really care for the hot tag, probably because Gilberti and Sanders aren't really all that over.
No.
Backdrop on Sanders. Go get him, Chris Harris. Duck under. Leaping clothesline. You know, it's not really a leaping clothesline because Harris is so tall, it barely looks like he even jumps.
I mean, that's a good point. With this, a heart attack?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh my God. It's one of the Moondogs.
Oh. Well, here, Bob, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't know that.
I know you didn't know that.
That one I didn't know.
He's a Memphis legend. I don't know why the hell he's at ringside, but okay.
I thought it was like a drunk fan.
That's funny. Now I know, so I'm not in my Memphis reviewing. I've started in '86, but I know that there's a memorable Moondogs versus Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett feud in like 1992.
Really?
Yeah. So
Sharpshooter by Harris on Sanders here, and Sanders is tapping, but the referee is knocked down.
God damn it, Rudy Charles.
Oh, we're name dropping Bret Hart. Do we think he's coming in soon?
Is this going to be
it's Skipper?
Oh, well, he was on Explosion. Total Annihilation.
Damn it.
Is that what the move is? No way.
Oh, thank God.
God, I would have been so pissed.
He kicked out. We were saved. Thank God.
I thought, honestly, when he rolled in, I thought it was New Jack.
I didn't know who it was, dude. Glenn accidentally hitting Sanders, but he gets speared by Harris. But Mike Sanders like casually bounced over and knocked out, like hit the ref again.
Yeah, he sure did. So, Skipper again. All right, Elix.
Wait, where'd Moondog guy go?
Yeah, what was the point of that? He just run out here and just left then? He's got the chair again. Oh, he's going to fucking smash him over the head, ain't he? Harris stumbling around. Well, that wasn't a good chair shot, but that's okay.
I've definitely seen worse. Oh, shit.
Well.
Okay, so Skipper helped Gilberti and Sanders win, I guess. So if I had to take a guess, Skipper has to be in that tag match, right?
Oh, I would have to guess. Absolutely.
If it was me, by the way, like if I was booking, Skipper's been here almost every week. He's getting to be in the match.
Yeah. Yep. Hi, Lollipop. Don't do that thing again with your shorts. You're going to give me a heart attack.
You're really distracted, Bob. And he's laying down, so he could literally fall and just die right now.
I could. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, she's just shaking her ass.
Dude.
Yeah, let's go back to this guy.
This dude is funny as fuck. I can't believe it.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I love it. Because, like, what is happening?
Who bids on becoming a dancer like that?
We're in the sex locker room. Graceland is getting changed.
Oh, that's who that was.
Disgraceland. Yelling. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Sanders is hitting Siaki, saying, you're not the boss. And now they're fighting off Siaki. They're going back out into the crowd.
What the hell?
I'd like to remind you, we're not supposed to be fighting in the crowd, according to the dirt sheet.
Unless you get permission.
Well, yeah, good point. No one cares. Siaki's fighting back now. Who do we like here? Siaki or Mike Sanders? Wow, I wonder who I'd pick.
Well, it's obvious, yeah. So you know what's funny? This is going to be such an NWOB team thing that I'm thinking there's going to be a battle royal where the winner is the leader of S.E.X.
Jesus Christ. We're trying to get set up for the Clockwork Orange Ravens House of Fun match, and they're fighting ringside.
Skipper's trying to like talk Sanders out of it. Oh, well, he just low blowed him, did Siaki.
They're still setting up.
Well, they got to kill time. It looks like this is going to be a process.
Well, the biggest part isn't even up yet. We're going in the ring though. That's not going to help save any time.
No, it's not. Well, wait, what's the biggest part that's got to get set up?
Isn't there usually a side of a cage?
No, I think that's later.
Oh, that's a later one? Okay.
Like a later installment.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because they got the chain on all four sides.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I spoke too soon then.
Spoilers. Jesus.
Give us a couple of years. We'll get a cage in there. Oh,
Give
that's
us till
Hollywood.
about-
Her name is Hollywood.
She's about to get her top ripped off, and we're gonna see boobs.
Oh my God! Desire to smash her head onto the microphone.
Sure did. She's not gonna rip her top off. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, we saw boobs like what, 2 weeks ago?
Something like that, yeah.
We were close enough to it. I mean, we essentially saw them.
She basically exposed herself.
And mind you, the guys are still standing up, trying to get the shit up. They're like on the turnbuckles, like trying to get shit up.
Hey, I'm surprised no one's fallen off.
I'm impressed.
Harris brothers are trying to be the voice of reason. I guess when the Harris brothers are the voice of reason, you're probably in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're gonna just shake hands now. Yeah, of course they are. Okay, great, cool. So they fought each other, and then like, you know what? We're cool.
And look, Hollywood, you shake hands now with her, and instead Desire's gonna take her top off.
Do it.
They're gonna hug. Oh shit! Oh!
Rock bottom. She just rock bottomed her.
Dude, she fucking destroyed her. Holy shit!
Holy Lord. So
That was
Desire is the most dangerous worker in TNA, right? That's got to be what's going on here.
Well, all I'm saying is she got a lot of practice in with Dawn Marie back in the day, so...
2002 house show circuit.
Whoa, I can't believe how she slammed her down. Holy shit.
She rammed her head onto a microphone. I think they're legitimately asking if she's okay. And
That was awesome.
Dropped her on her neck with a rock bottom, like full force.
That was good shit. Yeah, show it again.
Yeah, let's see a slow motion. And you'll see later. You just separated your shoulder at the very least. Jesus. All right, so they're still setting it up. It looks like they have some weapons like attached to the chains, a kendo stick, a chain on a chain, which, okay, I guess that makes sense. Just some basic weapons, nothing really spectacular. I am the way to the city of woe. So we got a video package. I am the way to the forsaken people. I am the way to eternal sorrow. Walk with me, Sandman. Clockwork Orange, House of Fun. Haven't we already seen like a video package for these guys or what?
Did we on this show?
I thought so. We're at hour 29, so the filling of time here is certainly shortening the match. Potential match time, at least.
Yeah, and now remember, you have to get thrown off the well, he says Raven's perch, but essentially the balcony.
Yeah, the
So
nest. What a ridiculous. The graphics they're using, this is like for like a Sega game.
Dude, yeah, it does look like a Sega game. Raven's Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. It's quite the mouthful.
If you have to win by throwing them off the nest, why would you even start in the ring?
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at, is they just did a lot of shit in the ring for what?
Yeah.
And here comes your, what do they call him again? They just call him a special enforcer, but he called himself a special observer.
Observer, yeah. I think it's hilarious that he doesn't have a ref shirt on. He just has it painted on his skin. Violence. Yeah, violence is still written
one
on
of
his
the godfathers
chest.
of extremely violent wrestling. He has a rat tail. You like that?
Yeah, he's always had that.
I hate rat tails. So we got all sorts of things. I see a chair, a chain, a Sandman sign, kendo sticks. Hey, there's a piece of a cage. I wasn't completely wrong.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's not the full side.
Not the full side. But this is the most dangerous match ever created. It's just weapons on chains.
Raven's doing the Goldberg entrance from outside.
Oh, he's gonna get jumped, right?
Yeah, he definitely is, right?
And I want to point out he's not in the S.E.X locker room. He's coming from
Oh.
outside.
And he's fucking soaked.
It's probably raining.
Seems to be a trend down there in Nashville. Except these days, now it snows.
And people flip out. It's like a state of emergency down there.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay.
Okay, so here's Raven. And his
Here
opponent
comes
from Philadelphia. Lollipop.
I bet you Sandman's hooking up with Lollipop.
Well, remember, he made out with her that one time.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Which was very uncomfortable, but whatever.
I fell in love with him. Yep, great. Smash your face with your beer can and spit it out.
Hey, Raven's going right
there.
at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's about to set the stage for the rules. And by the way, we're at an hour 32 minutes and 12 seconds with the bell just rung a second ago.
Sandman with a low blow. What is the sign about that says Sandman? Is that going to be like a stop sign or something?
Yeah, I think there's something inside of it.
But why would it be a Sandman sign?
I think there's another one too. I bet you it says Raven.
Is there?
There's one right there.
Oh, right there.
There's a trash can on the outside too.
I wonder if like the one side is supposed to be Sandman's weapons and the other side's Raven's weapons.
Look at Sandman is taking a guardrail from the front row, so literally the
Why
crowd
would
could
you-
just.
Yeah, why would you do that though? You have all these weapons. Why do you need a railing? Oh, he's laying Raven
Well,
over it.
That's why I'm confused on why there is a garbage can ringside when there's about 3 in the ring. Sandman jumping off the apron with like a shitty leg drop as Raven was like laid over the guardrail. He's looking under the ring. What could you possibly need that's not in the ring already?
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, unless you got like a ladder or something. But
Ladder or a table, I
Table.
guess.
table,
Okay, he's getting a table.
yeah.
Fine.
Well, speaking of that, yeah,
He can pass.
I'm surprised they didn't have a table set up in the corner. Okay, well, Raven's already busted open
From what?
from the trash can shot. He got rammed into it.
Jesus Christ.
Or how about that? The ring steps. I know he's already bleeding. I feel like he just cut himself again.
I feel like he just bladed again, yeah.
Yeah. He must be trying to get a lot of blood or something tonight.
Well, it's the most brutal match ever.
Yeah, there's the ring steps, though. Those are
Yeah.
every match.
Well, unless they're light tubes, can we really call this the most brutal match ever?
There's
We need
no way.
light tubes, barbed wire, and fire. Then maybe we'll talk.
Yeah, it needs to be like a CZW death match. If I had bought this and this was the most violent match, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Look at this Irish whip reversing it. Oh, it's Raven tried to drop toe Sandman. No, he misses. Oh, he ducks the garbage can getting thrown at him. Even flow.
Pin him. That should be it.
Should be it, but he's not pinning him. Instead, he's like, I want this giant piece of cage. How's he going to take this down? Kevin Sullivan's helping him.
It's got to be hooked, right?
Well, yeah, I think it is, but I just like how it's like, yo,
Wait,
just
how do
bring-
they hook
bring this
it
in.
on there? There you go.
I don't know. He said, fuck it. He just put it over the top rope.
He's an observer today. Oh.
Holy shit. Dude bounced off wicked far.
Yeah, because as it's been mentioned, there's no pins for this. Okay, Raven's face looks like as if a ketchup bottle exploded in his face.
Oh, look, he's whipping him and the chain's whipping around the underside of him as well.
That's got to feel real good.
Raven's setting up the table. Somewhere. He can't decide. He's not sure where he wants to put it.
Well, I would just bring over to the Ravens perch thing and send him off of it.
Oh, look, it's a for sale sign.
Oh, but it's like a measly, like plastic one.
That one is. Are
That
they
one-
both that, you think? Chair shot.
Chair shot, great. I like how Sandman's selling is just walking around like he's a zombie.
Yeah. Look, Sullivan gave Raven another chair, which he just fucking wails Sandman. So Sandman is not bleeding yet, by the way. And he's been hitting the head with a chair a couple times. Sullivan gave it again.
Yeah, what is Sullivan doing? He's encouraging the violence, I guess.
Drop toe hold into the chair.
TNA putting over that this is a violent spectacle. Yeah, it looks like the other Sandman sign is just another for sale sign, which is stupid because, again, it's a little plastic sign.
I feel like Raven's a little pissed about it.
I would. Oh, he's going to jab him right in the throat. Boom. See, now that's good. Use the metal part.
Look at Raven's face. It's a mask.
It's literally a mask. Well, he cut himself twice, so that's a literal mask, yeah.
So he had Sandman on the table. He's about to look like he was about to go to the top rope, and Sandman rolled off the table.
Yeah, Raven's probably like, what the hell, man? Just stay on the table.
So it looks like all the weapons are potentially held on by carabiners, making them not easy to take down.
Yeah. Going off. Or it's at the top rope. Sandman on the table.
There you go. Elbow drop.
To the table. Could that be it? Could rate? Well, you can't pin him.
No, you still have to go to the perch.
Right. Take your children and get out of the room, Don West says.
Oh, he hit him with a case of beer, which cannot feel good.
Well, knowing Sandman, it's probably not even remotely full. He drinks all of them.
At least one fell out.
Oof.
2 trash can lids. Look, Sullivan's grabbing a kendo stick for someone now.
Sullivan's probably the only one that knows how to get him disconnected within 4 seconds.
Well, that's why I think they're all coming down so quick, because Sullivan's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Smashing him over the head with a kendo stick.
So Raven got wailed. Now he rolled out of the ring. He looks like he's kind of crawling toward the perch, I guess we'll say.
Yeah, he definitely is, yeah.
So TNA just made him. He's like, hey, he's crawling toward the. Oh, look, and there's six tables set up at the perch. By the way,
Conveniently set up. Already.
Whoa,
no.
Raven almost just got tossed over the guardrail to go through it.
Oh. Sammy got knocked off of the railing there. Oh, trash can shot.
Oh, Raven trying to get Sandman over after hitting him with a trash can there, but it's not working. Yeah, there's at least 6 tables.
The lighting's not very good, so you can't really tell, but yeah.
No. He's choking Raven. Raven's sitting up in the guardrail, punching Raven a couple times. If he accidentally falls, he's screwed.
Right, because he's going through him, for sure.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Hit him in the head there. Oh, he boots the trash can, though.
This has not been like a crazy violent match. This is a hardcore match.
It's the most violent match I've ever seen. Oh, Raven got whipped into the empty bleachers. Look, it's Raven's nest. Sandman said, fuck that shit. Definitely hit fans right there. 100% just hit fans.
Are there fans over there? Oh,
yeah.
I guess they are.
Oh, a fire extinguisher from under the bleachers as I hear children screaming. Oh.
Oh. Holy shit.
Sandman was just tossed over, and he got put through about maybe 3 of those, maybe. And he hit the ground. Raven wins.
That was kind of a cool visual, though. Like, they took the bump like that.
Oh, absolutely. The visual was really nice at the end there.
Yeah.
Raven looks absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I feel like the blade job doesn't really justify the match.
No, but I feel like he did the blade job to try to help sell the match, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's just like there was just nothing that made it
I agree.
unusual.
No, yeah. I agree with that. Here's a replay. He goes definitely through one. That one sort of broke. So he we'll say that's 2, I guess. It didn't fully break, but
That's probably more of a cushion than anything.
oh, I know. But I just like that none of them broke.
Yeah.
He's on microphone now. He disposed of the Sandman once and for all. He wants his title shot now.
Does that finish his feud with Sandman here in TNA?
It
Probably,
must.
right? He's already beat him twice.
So he's like, Jeff Jarrett, this is your only chance to possibly defeat him. He wants to fight Jarrett right now. Right now.
I always look when he whines.
I love it. He's saying, Jarrett, are you scared? Come on, me and you, 1-on-1. He has a destiny, damn you. He's gonna fulfill it. Come down here now. Here he comes.
Oh shit! Without his salmon shirt, so you know he's serious.
Yeah, without the shirt because he's covered in blood, so he can't get blood on it. He hit him in the head with the title, throwing Raven up against the fence. This is the next money match we have right now. Raven and Jarrett.
Absolutely. Hit him with a kendo stick several times, like in the ribs.
Now with a trash can
shot. The crowd's not really receptive to this, though.
I feel like they know they're not actually getting a match, so they probably don't care.
Yeah.
Raven's just getting beat down here, and we are about at 1 hour and 43 minutes right now.
He's got his lucky chair. Someone's coming out.
Oh, shit.
That's AJ.
Oh, shit. Jarrett ducked, and he hit Raven, though. Oh. But he still hit Jarrett in the gut with it.
Styles don't care if he hit Raven or not. Who cares?
He looks like he does.
Is he going to check on him, or is he going to beat him up?
Oh, no, he hit him.
No, he's beating him up. Oh, great. Brian Lawler.
And David Flair. See, what a fucking killer to the feud, man.
Yeah, it's a poor secondary feud for Lawler, or for Jarrett. What's in the... Open up the fucking sack, dude, and find out what's in there. Oh, God, here's Eric Watts. He's got a baseball bat. Oh. Was he Sting? Great. TNA freaking out. Everything's gone to hell.
They're triple teaming Jarrett, just like they did last week.
Flair with a scoop slam. Oh, is Lawler going to go for the hip hop drop? Is he going to... Oh, he's putting it around his face.
The sack.
Yeah.
He's got the goggles even.
Of course. He's got to put the goggles on. Oh.
Why is Lawler screaming like that? Wait, he's opening the sack.
Oh, he's opening. What's in it? Is that the original?
It's an NWA Heavyweight Championship.
That's a replica. You can tell that's a replica. That ain't the real one. So he had a replica NWA World Title in his burlap sack.
Well, I can tell you right now for sure he didn't this whole time because it sounded like a dollar store cookie sheet for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
However, similar size, so I'll give him credit where it's due there. And okay.
That's a shorter runtime than usual. Only 1 hour 45:23.
Oh yeah, I'm actually really surprised about that runtime.
Yeah.
Okay. So the House of Fun match was a hardcore match.
Right.
Fairly lackluster. But to me, it's like, it's Sandman. Like, what do you expect to? I ain't putting all the blame on Raven. I can't do it.
No, I mean, that match was kind of exactly what I
Yeah, and you know what? The visuals were there, right? The ring looked kind of crazy with the chains and the weapons, and the visual for the finish was really nice. So if you look at it like that, it's a win. As far as the rest of the show went, uh, eh, Super Crazy and Lynn was really good.
Mm-hmm. It was a good start.
Cash and Amazing Red wasn't bad, but I think I definitely was overhyped for it. Like I was really, really excited, and then so I kind of let myself down a little bit. I don't know about how you're feeling there.
No, I agree with that.
But I guess I don't know. Where are you falling on the show? I mean, I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was a bad show, but I'm definitely having a hard time wanting to say a thumbs up for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I would say it's bad. I would say, if anything, it's really disappointing because I was not anticipating Vince Russo being like, "I'm going home," and that's essentially the demise of S.E.X.
Yeah.
I mean, they came across as if they were a complete secondary act to really anything else on the show.
Well, and I think that's ended up making the show feel weaker.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Raven has seemingly completely disassociated himself for the most part from the group. AJ Styles certainly doesn't have a vibe that he's with the group. So you take away the leader with Vince Russo, you're just left with a bunch of mid-card guys.
Yep.
That are trying to keep the group alive, similar to like I've said before about the NWOP team.
Yeah.
So I think you probably gotta end that stable sooner than later. But if I know this company, they're probably gonna drag it on for far too long.
I don't know, dude. We saw a lot of a downfall tonight. I don't know what else I can say about S.E.X that you didn't already just say. I mean, that's pretty much how that went. I am curious to see who else Konnan is going to bring in. I think that's fun. I've been enjoying that. I think that's been a fun little part of the show for sure for me. Because it adds a surprise that is going to happen, and that's what I kind of like about it. Like, oh, I know he's going to bring someone in, but who's it going to be? Right. I mean, logically, if it can work out, the next step is Psychosis, is it not?
That's what I was thinking when you're like, who else could he bring in? I mean, from what Meltzer reported, he said Hoovy, Super Crazy, and Psychosis, and so far 2 of those 3 have happened.
Exactly. So, I'm hoping we'll never see Disgraceland ever again, ever in my whole life. And we know Jorge Estrada's gone, like I mentioned. I mean, we don't know it from the show, but we know it from. I've known that this was coming for a while, that this was his last show.
Yeah.
I mean, Kid Kash is still your RX Division champion, which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with that. Interestingly enough, we had Elix Skipper screwing America's Most Wanted, and they got the tag team title match next week. I'm definitely excited to see that tag team title match.
Well, their first match was kind of disappointing because it was kind of clunky.
Yeah, maybe we worked it out though. I don't know. I guess why am I excited then? That's a good point because I mean you're right. But I guess I don't know. I guess when you think it's just when you look back on it, like we are obviously watching the show, I'm excited to see Triple X and America's Most Wanted, and I think for me that's where the excitement's really coming in.
Yeah, and there's still the 2 top tag teams.
Yeah, for sure.
And we haven't seen Daniels and Loki in a couple weeks, so it's always good to have them on the show.
And I guess if we're thinking that, so Raven Sandman's got to be done, but where does Sandman go from here? I feel like if he sticks around, is he just going to be in random hardcore matches? I mean, I guess that's a possibility, right?
I would imagine so. In terms of being a regular character, I don't see it lasting. I feel it's going to be similar to what Sabu was in 2002. Like he was there for 2 or 3 shows and then he was gone.
I think that makes complete sense, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do with Sandman.
With Raven being in, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Sabu back even just to fight with Raven now, too, though. Something like that. I could see it happening.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm in the middle on this one, though, for sure. I didn't think it was bad, but it certainly wasn't good enough to give it a thumbs up, at least on my end. And unfortunately, due to the lack of direction with S.E.X now, I don't That really killed a lot of the show. That was a surprise from Vince Russo, for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the middle as well, and I'm kind of concerned for where the focus of the show is going to be. I mean, obviously, I'm going to assume that it's going to be a heavy focus on AJ, Raven, and Jarrett.
Yeah,
which is fine. That's been enjoyable. But S.E.X was a real big crutch of the show.
Yeah, and well, so if you look back at when they first came at the end of 2002, it was definitely the most exciting part. And then from that, you go to, we were starting to get a little tired of it, but at the same time, it was still, like you said, it was holding the show together, really.
Yeah.
And even in the bad stuff, it was like, okay, but it's all part of the big thing, you know? And now we're just going to slowly dissolve it over nothing. No blow-off match, nothing.
Nothing.
And that's, I think, the biggest disappointment with that. And you know what? Maybe it's all a work. Maybe we're getting worked right now, and we're going to get that blow-off. I have a feeling that's not going to happen. But you never know. But you know what else, though, too, is this is also good in a way because it's going to allow us to be able to try some other things and I think allow other storylines to develop. That's not just, oh, the suckier of the sucky sex guys are fighting or it's the Harris brothers in the tag match. Instead, it's going to be like, okay, we can like work on our tag division stories. We can work on our X division stuff and we can work on attempting to get the main event picture decent because right now it's not.
Yeah, and then you think so what do you think is officially the return for Russo?
For me, the like blind guess, I'm saying it's going to be like the year anniversary, which or like show 50, because I think it falls around the same time or something like that. So I think
roughly. Yeah, probably.
So I think it's going to be like that time frame, like our year anniversary, because I know we're going to have a big celebration show, of course. So I feel like that's like going to be like he's back. Damn it. You know, like, and you know what else I'm going to say about that, actually? Yeah. I'm going to make a guess right now that he will be sided with Jeff Jarrett at that time. And by that time, Jeff Jarrett will have turned heel and he will be buddies with Vince Russo.
Really?
That's my guess. I'm saying it right now. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
I'll be shocked if Russo stays off past mid-April.
I think the way that he is, generally speaking, I think you're very accurate in saying that. So I'm definitely curious to see if it actually ends up happening. But you know, another thing too, real quick, the way this happened so abruptly, so randomly, in such like a anticlimactic thing. It's like, is that not Russo like Crash TV booking of a storyline? Like it just happened. It's just done. There you go. It's over.
Well, I don't even know if it's that. I think it's just an example of poor planning and poor writing.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, that's what I mean, though. It kind of all just relates. Like this just reminds me of like you'd watch some WCW stuff, you know, and it's just like, that's it. It's done. It's over. It's like, what? On to the next thing. And it's like, wait, what? Like, hold on a second.
Right.
And this was like a big storyline. We didn't get nothing. I don't know. It is disappointing, but I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All we know for next week, though, is the tag team title match. We don't know the two members of Triple X that will be involved. So really, next week's a complete mystery because nothing else was advertised.
Yeah, man, we're in the dark next week, and hopefully Skipper's in it. I think he should be. He's the one who just cost them the match, right?
Yeah, he has to be. The heat would be on Skipper.
I think so.
For what he did. So
I don't know, man. I guess we'll find out next week. I'm looking forward to it just to kind of see what they're gonna do without S.E.X. And the tag team title match. I am looking forward to that. Besides that, though, we're going in blind, and we're gonna see what happens. And I think the ride's only gonna get crazier from here.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, for Dallas, for your record keeping, I'm also going to go thumbs in the middle. I don't think I officially said that. So
you did enough that I would have counted it.
Okay, so both thumbs in the middle. All right, well, you got anything else for this week, Dallas, or are we all set to jet out of town?
No, man, I think that pretty much covers it. We covered a lot of ground today, a lot of BS in the beginning, which kind of threw us off track a little, but that's okay. If you guys don't follow us already on Twitter or on any social media, on Twitter, we're at Cross the Line TNA. On Facebook, we are at TNA Cross the Line Pod. You can also find our YouTube channel, which we upload the podcast to, and there is like a bonus video of me opening up some Impact Wrestling card packs. Hopefully, we can get more bonus content on there eventually. But keep the interactions coming, and it's been a lot of fun. We'll see what happens, I guess, next week.
Yeah, it's another week of mystery, but soon enough we'll find all the answers. Until then, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
Has left the building. Oh, yeah.